Uh-huh. 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 Shout out to the mighty LDBC. That's the Lions Den Boxing Community. For those who don't know, now you know. And I am Trill Will, LDBC or nothing. And welcome. Join in. 3 things I ask when I go live. Number 1, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you click the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I create content on this channel. And number 3, donate to the channel. Your donations are greatly appreciated. And I thank you all in advance. Who all we got in the building already? It's the Vino Gotti in the building. What's up, family? Julie, good evening. How are you? My brother from another mother, Mr. Shelton. What's up, Brody? Miss Fancy in the building. What's up, Queen? Diane, how are you? My brother Snow Townsend in the building, fresh off a plane. You feel me? Miss Susie in the building. How about it? How you feel today, Miss Susie? And my brother Ratchet since 91. Simplified Double Dog. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm waiting on my brothers to join me. And while I do that, I want to get back on the same boat I was on last night. So, what does Trump, Epstein, Republikkkans, Somalia, Venezuela, and the IDF all have in common? What do they all have in common? I want y'all to think about that question. Detroit in the building. What's up, Brody? Hold on, y'all. I gotta take this jacket off. Hold on, though. Hold on. Let me take this jacket off. There we go. I feel better now. I feel free. I feel free. I feel free. So, the obvious answer, and you know what I left out of there? The Russians. That's what I left out of there. Baby J, how you doing, Queen? Man child, what's up, man? Man of a child, what's up with it, family? How you doing today, man? Okay, I want to get back on this invasion, this illegal invasion of Venezuela, brought to you by the old decrepit dumb shit Donald Trump. So now, and first and foremost, for you to understand what's really going on, you have to understand the history of what happened there. You have to understand. And I was doing research, lots of research. I did a lot. Oh, it's coffee, Sheldon. Drinking coffee. Aunt Banks, what's up, family? How you doing, man? In order for us to understand what's going on in Venezuela, y'all have to understand what's going on. My brother Stephen Elder Mack, what's up, Brody? Y'all have to understand the history behind it. And shout out to this content creator, Unlearn16. She's on Instagram, she's on TikTok, same name. But check these out.
Whoever said teaching wasn't physical. All right, people want to know about what's going on between the United States and Venezuela, but in order to understand what's going on today, you need to understand what has gone on before. That's why history is so important, guys. Come on. Venezuela and the U.S. I decided to do this chronologically because I feel like doing history metaphorically difficult. Number 1, Pre-1998. Pre-1998, Venezuela had a huge oil supply, actually, biggest in the world, and the biggest stakeholder was a U.S. company called Exxon. Why is this important? Because of their huge oil supply in Venezuela, Exxon took it over. So the vast amount of profit, the percentage of profit, went to the U.S., and Venezuela as a country got next to nothing. And because of this, their economy started to fail. And as their economy started to fail, guess what? A dictator waiting in the wings wanted to jump in and save themselves from God knows who. Oh, from the United States. How do I get steak and oil companies just taking over the entire world? Number 2, 1998. That's not right. I hate it when I can't write numbers properly. Hugo Chavez was a democratically elected president of Venezuela. Now, once he got in, again, I say democratically, he started to push towards authoritarianism, and he started reducing the checks and balances of the democratic system. Side point, does that remind you of anybody else?
Yes.
He also started to rewrite the Constitution to solidify his dictatorial power. Parallels are really uncanny. 2002, a woman named Maria Machado.
Maria Machado, y'all know her. She won the Nobel Peace Prize. Keep that name in y'all head.
Ignore how I said that, but keep that name locked in your head because she's going to be important later. Created an organization called SUMAT in order to overthrow the Chavez government. Psst, who do you think was funding her operation? You guessed it. George W. Bush, President of the United States at the time, was funding her through the National Endowment of Democracy.
See? Y'all learning something? Keep paying attention.
You know what? People just make up names to mean anything nowadays. So through this National Endowment for Democracy...
National Endowment of Democracy is basically imperialism. It's basically imperialism. Oh, Sheldon, my camera's right here. That's why. And my computer's right here. That's why. But yeah, that's imperialism.
The United States funded Machado in order to overthrow Chavez. And when it didn't work, Bush said, "Not my problem, I didn't know anything about it." And she was eliminated from all political life going forward.
What's up,
and then, in 2002,
what's up, man?
Bush was a very busy guy. Number 4, in 2007, Chavez, reinvigorated with power in an authoritarian regime, decides to nationalize Venezuelan oil. That meant that Venezuela took all of Exxon's money, all their oil, and all their access to oil, and shifted the lion's share of profits back to Venezuela.
Pay attention to that part. 2007, Hugo Chavez nationalized the oil in Venezuela, which is the biggest deposit of oil in the world. So they essentially they did exactly what they did in Burkina Faso. They kicked out the settlers, the colonizers. They kicked them out, and they took charge of their own money. But go ahead.
And left Exxon, well, not a lot of money. P.S. Exxon then sued and won $1.4 billion in a claim. But what kind of international police force are we going to get for Venezuela to be forced to pay Exxon? None.
Right.
After that huge shift of economic power, Venezuelan oil dropped from 3 million barrels a day way down to 700,000 barrels a day due to corruption and, let's be honest, informal sanctions put on them by the United States because they just stole a bunch of their money from corporations. Stole might be a U.S. word, considering the oil was on Venezuelan land. And
facts. Venezuela didn't steal nothing. Venezuela did not steal nothing. The U.S. stole their oil. Stole it.
Considered a Venezuelan resource, but who's counting? The U.S. really does imperialism out of 10, don't they? Ooh, new chalk. Number 5, a guy named Madero, used to be the VP of Chavez, takes over, and he starts building an even stronger authoritarian government. I forgot the year. 2013. Obama calls the drug cartel and this particular regime a threat to democracy, and national security of the United States. That's then followed by Trump putting on economic sanctions in 2017. Are you with me so far? This is about to get interesting. Interesting, yep. I mean even more corrupt. 2025. I brought you right up to the present. Maria Machado, remember I told you, remember that name, wins the Nobel Peace Prize. And who does she dedicate it to? None other than Donald Trump. And it's at this point that Donald Trump begins attacking boats, Venezuelan boats, calling them drug cartels, talking about revitalizing and restoring democracy to Venezuela, and talking about how they're a threat to national security. And guess what? The U.S. got to go in and save some people. Oh, and P.S. Donald Trump wants his oil back. It's the ending that's really going to get you. The big question about why Donald Trump is doing this is why, and I think the answer is going to surprise you a little bit. Number one, he is going to claim that he is going to liberate Venezuela. Guys, always be careful when the United States of America liberates anything, because usually it means they're going to take it. And
all right, let's pause there. Let's go back. Let's go back to, let me find the video real quick. Let me find the video. Let me find the video. Let me find the video. I'm gonna let her video finish out. Then yeah.
He's going to install Maria as the president, formally excommunicated from all political life, but she's going to serve a purpose. Number two, Machado will then give oil rights back to, you guessed it, Exxon. 80% goes to them, 20% back to Venezuela. Everybody's happy and a new power is installed, but that's not the only reason this is happening.
Right.
This last one's going to blow you away. Number three. Is it about oil? Absolutely. They want control of the world's biggest oil supply, but that's not the full answer.
Question to everybody in the chat. What is the number one threat in the world right now to the American dollar? I'm gonna see what y'all, see if y'all been studying. Chosen one, how you doing, Queen? What is the biggest threat to the US dollar in international trade? There you go. There you go. There you go.
The real answer is US currency rates. Follow along, this gets tricky. Oil has always been traded in US dollars, called petrol. And what that has served the United States in doing is solidifying, is stabilizing, is increasing US dollars. Because if anybody wants to buy oil anywhere in the world, they have to use US currency. It artificially inflates the price of the US dollar and stabilizes the US economy. This is the real problem. Because what Trump and the United States is really afraid of are BRICS nations. What are they? They are nations, they are countries that are bound together and are starting to trade without the United States, especially oil, and not use the US currency as their trading denomination. And that is going to possibly submarine the US economy. So is it about oil? Sure, but what really it's about is about the United States being able to control the entire market of trade when it comes to oil, thus inflating and propping up the US economy. So when somebody says, is it about the oil? Say sure, but that's just a vehicle for them to control everything else.
Factuals. Coach, my brother in the building. What's happening, Brody?
Peace, my brother. Trill Will. Brother, just keep on teaching. I came to get a lesson as well before we start building.
Okie dokie. And then, in case y'all want to know who is Maria Machado, y'all know who Maria Machado is? Don't worry, I'm going to show you. Don't worry, I'm going to show you. This is Maria Machado. Listen.
Forget about Saudi Arabia. Forget about the Saudis. I mean, we have more oil. I mean, infinite potential. And we're going to open markets. We're going to kick off the government from the oil sector. We are going to privatize all our industries. Venezuela has huge resources: oil, gas, minerals, land, technology. And as you said before, we have a strategic location, hours from the United States. So we're going to do this right. We know what we have to do. And American companies are in, super strategic position to invest. This country, Venezuela, is going to be the brightest opportunity for investment of American companies, of good people that are going to make a lot of money.
That is an oxymoron in itself, saying good people making a lot of money. That is an oxymoron in itself. So what does Trump think about Maria Machado? What does she think about Maria? What does he think about Maria Machado? Let's see. Let's hear it from him. Let's hear it from the diaper-stained dipshit himself, Donald Trump. Come on up, Donald Trump.
Location of opposition leader Machado, and have you been in contact with her?
No, we haven't.
Mr. President.
Do you have any hesitations about Machado?
Mr. President, on Monday.
Oh, I think it would be very tough for her to be the leader. She doesn't have the support within, or the respect within the country. She's a very nice woman, but she doesn't have the respect.
Mr. President.
How does he know? You heard what he said? She does not have the respect of her people like he knows. Yeah, she doesn't have the respect of her people. So what else is next? What else? I don't know if they took that video down. They might have took that video down. All right, there we go. Found it. I found it. Here's what's next, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what's next. Y'all remember on Christmas Day, Donald Trump and Pete Cagsbreath launched some missiles over Nigeria. Well, let's hear why they really did it. Because behind Trump is a scam.
Bombing Nigeria. So in May of 2023, Nigeria opens the $20 billion Dangote refinery, the largest oil refinery in Africa. In September of last year, Nigeria stops importing refined oil from us, the United States. The result, $3 billion in annual U.S. refined petroleum exports gone. Then starting around May 2024, Nigeria repeatedly votes at the UN in favor of Palestine's bid for full membership, fighting with the global South and breaking with U.S. and Israeli positions. Throughout 2024, Nigeria deepened economic cooperation with China, including multiple lithium and rare earth agreements with Chinese companies. China now controls critical mineral access in the world's 6th most populous nation, Africa's most populous nation. Also, throughout 2024, Nigeria expanded its currency swap agreement with China. Foreign trade began to increasingly be conducted in yuan and naira instead of US dollars. This part's crucial. When countries stop using US dollars, the US doesn't just lose trade revenue, it loses leverage. And then this year, starting in January of 2025, Nigeria is admitted to BRICS as a partner country, aligning economically with China, Russia, all the countries building alternatives to US financial dominance. And then 2 months ago, in October of 2025, Russia and Nigeria signed and renewed nuclear project development agreements, giving Russia a foothold in Nigeria's energy infrastructure. And then in that very month, completely unrelated, of course, the story becomes about Christian genocide. The US designates Nigeria as a country of particular concern for religious freedom. Politicians like Ted Cruz are throwing around a made-up, arbitrary 50,000 deaths number. This is completely made up. And so 3 weeks after the Russia deal, Trump threatens Nigeria with military action. Then, of course, yesterday on December 25th, Trump decided to give Nigeria. Naturally, we bombed the Sokoto state in the northwestern region of Nigeria, a region that's 95% Muslim. But that's fine because the Christian persecution that Trump is talking about, that's happening in the middle belt, which is only about 500 miles away. For reference, I'm currently sitting right outside of Philadelphia, and 500 miles from here would be Toronto, Canada. Listen, when you're liberating people, geography is not important. It's the thought that counts. Because on the same day we dropped those freedom bombs, 15 Nigerian Muslims were killed in a mosque bombing in northeastern Nigeria. Notice anything? It's like your landlord discovering lease violations the same week you tell them you're moving out. Or suddenly remembering your ex still has your old broken iPod the moment she starts dating someone new. Nigeria is Africa's largest economy. For decades, Western countries, France, Britain, America, have treated Africa like an ATM machine, Nigeria included. Resources out, profits back to Paris, London, the US. That's how it always worked. But something's changing. France got kicked out of Mali, then Burkina Faso, and then Niger. In August of 2024, America pulled its own bases out of Niger. Bases it claimed was there to monitor extremism, but in reality was only there to maintain a military presence in the resource-rich Sahel. China's offering infrastructure deals without any regime change strings attached. They joined BRICS. They opened their own refinery so they wouldn't depend on our oil anymore. Nigeria's trying to stand up after 500 years of exploitation. And that's the actual threat. Not ISIS, not Christian persecution. The threat is, what happens when the world's most resource-rich continent stops asking Washington for permission? So we dust off the playbook. Find a humanitarian crisis, real or exaggerated, and put up through friendly politicians, cable news, celebrities, and if they don't fall in line, the message is clear. You can have independence or you can have peace, but you can't have both. The mainstream media isn't asking these questions because the answers make America look like exactly what Nigeria says we are, not the world's protector, the world's extortionist.
Bow! Yikes on bikes. Ladies and gentlemen, yikes on bikes. Y'all see the play? We use a humanitarian effort. Oh, Christians are dying. 50,000 Christians were slaughtered in Nigeria. Oh, God. Drop bombs on them. Oh. Y'all see the play? It's the same play they ran in Venezuela. Same play.
Bro, I don't think they care. I think the American people are a bunch of hypocrites. I mean, we saw what happened in Libya. We saw what happened in Afghanistan. We saw what happened in Iraq.
Right.
People cannot act like they don't remember the weapons of mass destruction play. Like they don't remember the Gaddafi play. And now we're here and it looks like the same play is about to be done and you all don't really give a damn.
Nope.
What I have realized, and it's sad to say because you and I spoke briefly about this the other day, and you said it pains me to be right. Yep. It pains me to tell the people that these are the things that's going to happen, and sometimes the people are so racist or so contentious, you can't wake them up. They don't want to hear the truth, and when it happens, they say, they give it a pass. But then when it's your sons and daughters being pulled into the armed forces, True Will has said he already served his time. I have served my time. Freedom's March has served his time. We've already been in the armed forces, put in 10, 15, 20 years. So we can sit back and really say nothing. But we come on here, we come on these airwaves to bring truth, and you call us names. You're hateful. You don't want to hear it. But brother, you know, I'm looking at this thing and I want to ask you, how does it really feel that everything that you've been speaking on the last year is coming to pass? What's going through your mind right now?
How can nobody not see exactly what I'm showing you? And I understand that we're in an era now, people are more lazy. They're more lazy now. Everybody has access to a computer or some sort of a computer. You have a super phone in your hand, which you're watching this live stream on. You have a tablet in your house. You have a desktop. You have a laptop. You have access to the same information that I found. But yet you still won't look for the information. It's right there in your face. You won't look for it. Every single time I've opened my mouth to tell you something was going to happen, I have not missed yet. I have not missed yet. I haven't missed one time. Y'all name one thing I said that didn't come to pass. Name one. That's the wild part. Coach, that's the wild part. And you want to know something? Our ancestors have been doing this shit before there was even a Trill Will thought about. They've been telling you. Big Mama and them been telling you. Y'all keep trusting the snake. And the snake keep doing the same old thing.
Yep.
And America is that big king cobra. Wait in the wings for them to do just exactly what they've been doing. Disrupting governments, corrupting administrations, taking down political leaders who stand a threat against American imperialism, because it's not democracy. It's their form of democracy is complete utter takeover of everybody's land, their materials, their raw resources, and the whole nine. This is what it was. This is what it's always happened. Trump even came out and told y'all why they went to Venezuela, why they kidnapped the president.
Come on.
Why they kidnapped his wife. Why they did that. What is it our business of how Venezuela runs their government? How is it our business when we have the same form of tyranny here in the United States? And now you have the sitting president of the United States talking about we're going to run Venezuela. And he can't even run America. He ain't even ran here yet. We're a destitute nation right now. We have nothing. Our health care through the roof, grocery prices through the roof. Everybody who is usually okay or cool are now maxing out credit cards to stay afloat, keep their bills paid. Everybody's raising their prices on everything. Goods, services, does not matter. Everything, every aspect of your life right now is more expensive. That is a fact. That's why I feel like this. You either gonna learn the easy way with me telling you where to find the information, where to look for the information, how to interpret said information, or you're gonna learn the hard way. You're gonna learn the hard way when you look up one day and there's absolutely nothing left. Because Donald Trump is not going to just stop at Venezuela. He's got the heart of Vladimir Putin. They don't just stop there. You think that if Vladimir Putin was to take over Ukraine right now, you think he'd stop at Ukraine? He's going into Poland. And then onward till they eat up more land. They want the USSR back. Just like America. MAGA is the Confederate States of America. What is the Confederate States of America, Will? The Confederacy that fought against the United States to own black bodies, point blank, period. We have the same shit going on that y'all over here whining about Vladimir Putin doing in Russia. Same thing. No different. And I can't believe there's still people still come in here and still try to say I'm lying when everything I've said has come to pass. Everything that I told you will come to pass. It's on the way. Oh, authoritarianism is on the shores of America. It's on its way. No, authoritarianism is here. Trump is an authoritarian. MAGA is authoritarian. MAGA is a fascist regime of dummies, window lickers, dumbasses, and goofballs. That's what they are. They're the insolents of our communities. They are the worst of the worst among us. And they show you every single day. And y'all keep voting for the same Republicans that keep stealing all your money and telling you to blame the Somalians, to blame the Mexicans, to blame the black folks, to blame everybody but them stealing money from you.
Sure will. Sometimes the people like to act like they have amnesia. So I want to do something with you, brother, so we can make it so plain that a fourth grader would understand.
Mm-hmm.
Sure will. When was your father born?
1953.
My parents were born in the 60s. True Will's pops was born in the 50s, right? Now, I say that so you all know we're not talking about something 200 years ago. I want to ask the American people something, because I see a lot of people on social media saying, well, they were under a dictatorship. There was so much oppression going on. So I want to ask you all this. What would you all want if another country sent their military in and snatched up a president during Jim Crow, under the guise that there was oppression, under the guise that, well, we see the black people in the South are being lynched, are being unalived, are being raped. What would the American people think should happen if another country's military came into this sovereign nation and kidnapped the president, kidnapped John F. Kennedy, or kidnapped Lyndon B. Johnson when the cities all over America were burning down?
Right.
The American people will be asking for an all-out war. But you all expect everybody else to let our country do what they want to do, police people how they want to police it, and nothing's going to happen. So this is what I will say to you. First off, you all are hypocrites. And it's cool. Kevin Dolan, you say President King Trump 2028, cool. So listen, this is what I want you to do, because I've served my time. Proudly. When the shit hits the fan, I want you to make sure you are the first one in line for the draft. I want you to make sure that you send your daughters and your sons there first, so you can defend this nation the way you claim you love it so much. See, I already know a lot of you are couch potato, Cheeto Puff eating cowards that you feel comfort. You feel like a badass because you support the actions of everything that Trump does. You are not a patriot. You have this Trump mania crap going on in your mind. But see, a lot of you have never gone outside and not be able to turn on any water. A lot of you have never been worried about your children having to deal with a mass casualty incident on their way to school. A lot of you don't know what war is. Let me say it again. A lot of you hypocrite, spineless pieces of crap, you don't know what real war is. But let me tell you something, because the scripture says, come out from among them. You about to get what you want. I see my brother Freedom's Marches in the building.
Freedom, what's up, Brody? Now let me dump on this goofball T2. T2 says, remember Jim Crow laws were Democrats and KKK were Democrats. I wonder why they never bring that up. Because you're stupid. That's why.
I'm not a Democrat.
And I ain't a Democrat either. So you're in the wrong live stream for that, buddy. But anyways,
can y'all hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah, you good money?
Okay.
All right. Let me play the video real quick, dog. Hang on. I got to shit on this bullshit narrative. Oh, the Democrats did the KKK.
Whenever I see or hear this comment, I know I'm about to have a really sad-ass conversation, but lucky for all of you that many of us stayed in school and continued learning even after the lessons on shapes and colors. Now, many people like to say that between the formation of the KKK and now that the political parties switched platforms. That's not entirely accurate. It would be more accurate to say that prominent politicians switched parties and brought their voting bases with them. Let me introduce you to unapologetic racist Strom Thurmond. Let's rewind to the year 19...
Strom Thurmond is from South Carolina.
1948. Strom Thurmond is the governor of South Carolina and Harry S. Truman is president following the death of FDR in 1945. And in 1948, Truman has to run for re-election, but he does something in June of that year to upset Strom Thurmond and the Southern Democrats. He signs an executive order desegregating the U.S. military. Strom Thurmond and other Southern Democrats launch an unsuccessful presidential bid to keep Truman from getting re-elected. They do that by starting their own political party called the States Rights Democrats, aka the Dixiecrats. And the platform of the Dixiecrats literally reads, "We stand for the segregation of the races and the racial integrity of each race, the constitutional right to choose one's associates, to accept private employment without governmental interference, and to earn one's living any lawful way. We oppose the elimination of segregation and the repeal of miscegenation statutes." That's literally the ability for people to marry, have sexual intercourse, or even date interracially. The control of private employment by federal bureaucrats called for by the misnamed Civil Rights Program. We favor home rule, local self-government, and a minimum interference with individual rights. Now, when the Dixiecrats fail to defeat Truman, they kind of fold back into the Democratic Party until 1964, when something happens that causes a complete break. President Johnson, Lyndon Baines Johnson, he signs the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And 60 days from the signing of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Strom Thurmond becomes a Republican. And in 1968, he actively campaigns on behalf of Richard Nixon, who does win the election, and goes around the South trying to pick up white voters by telling them that Nixon has promised that he won't enforce either the Civil Rights or Voting Rights Acts. Stick with him. And this, you see a massive movement of white voters in the South move to the Republican Party, and then you see this movement happen on steroids when Reagan defeats Carter in 1980. Now, before you say we're a long way away from Strom Thurmond, you should know that this guy didn't leave office until 2003 at the ripe old age of 100. That's right, which is a whole other argument for age limits and term limits in office, okay? And when he left office in 2003, he was succeeded by a guy that had his full support, a guy who's still in office named Lindsey Graham. And before you say that no one man could have that big of an impact on political shifts and political parties, realize that we just watched Donald Trump completely reshape the Republican Party in just 10 years. Strom Thurmond had over 60.
Come on.
Stay in school, kids.
Damn. Oh, and I got another question for you. T2, come back to the front. Don't run. Come back. Come to the front. If the Republican Party ain't racist, name a black Republican nominee for president. Is this thing on? This freedom? Did y'all hear the question?
Ain't one.
Coach, did you hear my question?
I'm
Name one black presidential candidate that has made it all the way to the main card in the Republican Party. As a matter of fact, name one card where the Republican Party of today voted overwhelmingly for the black candidate.
It's a figment of our imagination. Racism isn't real.
It ain't real. It's orchestrated racism, yo.
Jim Crow didn't happen.
Let me explain racism in America. I want to explain
Look at this
racism.
fool. He said Tim Scott. Tim Scott didn't even make it past the primary. He said, "What the fuck are you talking
Man,
about?"
that's crazy. Tim Scott.
Go ahead, Freedom. I'm sorry, bro.
So
these people are fucking idiots.
Racism in this country is baked in.
Yes.
And it's orchestrated and perpetuated by the system because they need it to control us, right? So if we're focused on the hate, right? If white folks are focused on hating black folks, it keeps them in the position they need to be in. It keeps us down, it keeps us low, and it keeps this racist white folks low, right? It keeps them low because they're so focused on hating us that they don't even know they're getting screwed over. They don't even know it because they're too busy looking at us like every time we try to excel or try to come up, oh, well, we can't have that. We can't have these Negroes out here doing good. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they own people is screwing them over. They get screwed by their own people. They don't even know it.
Facts.
They don't even know it.
Hey, Freedom. You see what this dumbass
come in here. Say again.
You see what this dumbass T2 wrote? This fucker said Ben Carlson. When Ben Carlson ran for president, who won the nomination? Yeah, who won the nomination?
Trump, right? Trump won
it. Yes.
They wouldn't go look at. Listen, they gave Ben Carson. They gave Ben Carson a what they call that a prize. What they call that? I forgot what the kind of prize.
They gave him a participation trophy. They gave him a participation trophy.
Here's you can be in the cabinet. You could be in the cabinet and run around on stage and say slavery was a good thing. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. We'll let you have that.
Well, listen, Freedom's March. Danny here says, I love when black people get together and tell me how racist I am. Danny, you're not racist. Matter of fact, racism is a figment of our imagination.
Yes,
Jim Crow didn't happen. Reconstruction didn't happen. Convict leasing didn't happen. All of these things are a figment of our imagination. Rosewood being burnt down. Black Wall Street being burnt down.
Those are your imagination, buddy.
All of those things didn't happen. Matter of fact, they were isolated events. There were only about 3 to 4 white people that did these things. Matter of fact,
they wasn't even white.
They were from Spain. God damn it.
They were not even white. The American white man had nothing to do with it. Danny, I apologize. We need to get our
gremlins.
Hey, guess what, coach? I imagine a whole sergeant calling me a nigger in front of my platoon.
Yeah, he did.
I imagine me
imagination.
beating his ass. That was my imagination. I imagine standing in the office of my sergeant major. I imagine that shit too, huh? I imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine fucking that. Me almost being court-martialed for my imagination. Oh my God. That shit is crazy, bro.
It was just my imagination.
We just over here just imagining shit, coach.
Yeah, this shit ain't
We're
real.
imagining shit. This shit is like hocus pocus.
Hey, but let me tell y'all what I imagine. Let me tell you what I imagine. I imagine my white grandmama calling me a little nigger every day.
Damn.
When she got mad at me.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen, bro. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. For the day.
My white grandmama, my only white grandmama called me a little nigger because she was mad when she got pregnant by a nigger. Her daddy cut her ass off. He was a millionaire.
Wow.
I imagine that.
Yeah.
That was my imagination. I'm not a millionaire because I'm a. Yeah, that wasn't real.
No, that wasn't real, dog. That wasn't real. We just imagined
that wasn't real at all.
It's just in our imagination, bro. We
that
we
was
just
fake.
Shit. Everything I done said has just been some lies. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm a
None
liar.
of that shit happened.
I'm a liar. Historical cut.
Yeah.
Man, what the fuck? Why do I got this book of lies right here? This book of lies. This book is full of lies. This is lies, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is lies.
Oh man.
Jesus
Crazy
Christ,
work.
bananas. Disgusting behavior. Disgusting. They are so.
Who do we think we are?
Yeah,
who do we?
The audacity of these niggers to think they're
The
intelligent enough. The mitigated gall. We got a crazy imagination, Freedom. I imagine me running in formation and a white sergeant walking up to me, beeline straight to me, and calling me a dirty nigger in my face.
You making that up?
Face. I just made it up. Shit,
that ain't real.
That shit ain't never happened.
No.
Look at these y'all have fucking revisionist history. I got another question for y'all. That y'all always, well, the Democrats fight. We're not Democrats.
What is that bullshit?
Hold on, let me stop this real quick. Me, Freedom, or Coach, neither one of us are Democrats. None of us.
At all.
You're in the wrong live stream. I don't know. You need to go down the hall, take a right, and go down there and see where you got us fucked up at. We're not Democrats.
No, not even a little bit.
Nope. We're truth tellers. We believe in telling the fucking truth because y'all like to lie about every fucking thing. Y'all whitewash, lie, whine, cry, bitch, moan, and then project your failures and your weakness onto everybody else instead of taking responsibility for your own bullshit actions. That's why. Look, all those things happened in the past were terrible, but it got nothing to do with today. I got my own problems. They got your stupid ass, Danny. They got your dumb ass. They got you.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on, Trina. Let me get him. Let me get him, Trina.
Go ahead and get him.
I'm so glad that you came out and showed exactly the kind of racist demon that you are. You see, I live in the South, and I have a lot more respect for a white man that lets me know from the jump that he is racist. He don't like me, and I don't like him. He stay on his side, I stay on my side. But the worst kind of man is a slick fox talking devil like you, who act like you with me, act like you my friend, act like you not all racist, act like you on a hater whole time. Just a little bit of truth, just a little history lesson, and that old devil came up out of you. You see what I said? I don't care about your feelings. And if that makes me, you are a racist. Be a man. Everybody in the chat would have a whole lot more respect for you if you would just be a man from the beginning and say, damn it, I don't like black people. Because then maybe you and I could have a conversation. You think you the first backwood racist redneck that I had to deal with? I dealt with them all in the military. But you know what happened? Under those circumstances, we had to have a conversation. They had to get to know me. I had to get to know them, because when things hit the fan, like I said before, they needed to know that I would help them get back home and that they would help me get back home. So we had to put our petty differences to the side. I had to explain to them my culture, who I am, that we're not all thugs and gangsters and welfare queens and the crap that they keep repeating on Fox News. He had to know, and I had to know that not all white people are racist. Not all white people are slick, double-minded, double-tongued pieces of shit like you. But see, you get on here acting like you are something that you're not. You are the worst type of parasite to have amongst us. Because anytime we try to have an honest conversation, it's men like you who sit up here and act like you're not racist, act like you're not a hater. But I'm so glad when the truth starts getting to you, you start getting ugly and nasty like every racist I done dealt with before. I'm so happy that you came out and showed. This is why the scripture says you must come out from among them. It ain't just about a white thing, a black thing. It's a mindset. Men like him, women like him in this country, they hold back every time we try to move forward. I want you all to think about, where would black and white people be if we came together doing Reconstruction? If we came together doing all these periods of time after World War I, World War II, Vietnam. But we have people like Danny that act like they're patriotic. People like Danny that act like they're pro-law enforcement, act like they're pro this country and the union being together. What you all need to understand is the same people that wanted to rip this union apart years ago, they're the same damn people today. So, Danny, I appreciate you starting to show the exact kind of devil piece of crap, spineless individual that you are. You got that.
You better not come up at the coach. That's Bernie Mac right there. You can't come up at him. Told the truth. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the goddamn truth.
Who you talking to?
Jeez. Who you talking to, man? You lost, brother. You lost. Hey, Freedom, I don't know how to come up after that. You got Coach Crunk up today, goddamn man. Shit.
Don't have to.
He don't give a damn about my feelings. I don't give a damn about yours neither.
The same way your racist ass feel about us. We feel the exact same way about you. Make no mistake about it.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Go ahead.
Do we go to white truth speakers channels?
Nope.
When they tell the truth, do we go to them and start saying the stupid shit they come to us to say?
Nope.
No.
We ain't never in their spaces.
I don't see it.
We ain't in their spaces.
I don't see it. I don't see it in Valhalla channel. I don't see it on goddamn Paramount Tactical. None of these cats. You don't see this. Why y'all got to come over here? We trying to tell the truth and expose the nonsense and the lies. But you got to come over here and talk about how racist you're not or how racist we are, when we're pointing out the bullshit that your fearless leader is doing.
Facts. The
guy that you follow and swallow every day. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get mad at us. No, you need to get mad at yourself because you let this man pull the wool over your eyes. You know what I'm saying? So don't get mad at us. Go talk to Trump about that.
Hell yeah.
Go talk to him.
Don't worry, Danny. Danny, pay attention. Danny, pay attention.
Yeah.
Back to the funeral home, about 3 blocks away, an older...
The lady, the queen that's in this video, that's Mamie Till Mobley. If you don't know who she is, Google her.
Met me that nearly knocked me out. I said, what on earth in the world is that? It was Emmett's body. That's how the smell was so strong until it covered a 2 or 3 block area.
Wow.
I ain't even gonna show all this because y'all gonna piss me off today. I ain't even gonna show. That's Miss Mamie Till Mobley. Miss Mamie Till is Emmett Till's mother. Now, if slavery was so long ago, how did you get a more modernized production of Miss Mamie Till telling her account of how she first seen her son, who was killed by 2 white racist pieces of shit and thrown into a river? And she had an open casket, so you devils can see exactly what type of demons you are. And look, these people come here saying stupid shit like Trump derangement syndrome. Do you know what derangement means? Do y'all even understand what the word derangement means? Deranged means that you still love or have an affection for something, even though it doesn't love you back. Even though it's textbook narcissism. You motherfuckers love Trump despite the fact that he molests kids. You love Trump despite the fact that he done wrecked the economy in less than a year. You love Trump despite the fact that he's enriched himself and you're even broker. You love Trump despite the fact that he calls y'all stupid, weak, mindless, call you goofy, you're dumb. Y'all still love him. That's derangement, dumbass.
That is derangement.
I don't like Trump. I don't like Trump. I hate that bitch ass nigga. I can't wait till I read his obituary. I'm gonna tap dance when I'm gonna shuck and jive the day that he motherfucking kicked the bucket up out of here. I'm gonna laugh a laugh I've never laughed in my entire life because he, of all people, deserves that bullshit. This shit right here, y'all people, y'all have no kind of idea. You have no idea of what words mean. Derangement? And you still supporting Trump after he kidnapped the fucking president of a foreign country. After the fact of him killing over 100 people illegally.
With no Congress approval, none of that.
Right. Hey, Freedom, I got a question for all these goofballs that are stupid in the chat. All right. So y'all are telling me it is okay for the Taliban to fly over America, bomb the White House, kidnap the president, and hold him hostage along with his wife, and nothing happens after that. So they can come in and then take over the United States of America. Y'all telling me y'all are okay with that?
They better be okay with it. What if China does it? Let China come up in here and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Let China do it.
Nobody's been kidnapped.
Where's Maduro then? Where's Maduro?
Yeah, what happened to Maduro?
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. Does the president of the United States have the authority to send anybody to another nation to arrest anybody?
Without congressional approval.
Not just without congressional approval, but without consulting with and having approval from that country. That country's government. Do we have an extradition treaty with Venezuela? I don't think we do. We don't. We don't have an extradition treaty with. So not only are we violating international and United States laws, but we are violating the laws of Venezuela. And by all rights, Venezuela has the right to have Donald Trump arrested and Pete Hegseth and all those Delta Force members, because they got to pay for it too. See, we all.
You went out.
When people come in here and try to say, cheering.
Oh, I got him. I got him, Coach. You already know I'm with the receipts. I'm with all the receipts. Look. Let's read together, class. Let's read together. The War Powers Resolution Act of 1973. That's the year my big brother was born. Is a U.S. federal law passed to limit the president's power to commit troops to armed conflict without congressional approval. That's all I'm gonna read. That's all I need. That's all I need to read. Well, I'll read some more. So, yeah. Aiming to restore the balance of war powers by requiring presidential consultation and reporting to Congress within 48 hours of deploying forces, with a 60-day limit for sustained engagement unless Congress authorizes it. So tell me again, Seth. Tell me again. Tell me how the War Resolution of 1973 gave the president power to illegally send troops into a foreign land without congressional authority. So when did Trump talk? When did Trump talk to anybody? When did he talk? When did Trump talk to Congress? When did he talk to the Congress? When did Trump talk to Congress?
He didn't.
An arrest warrant. They don't have no jurisdiction in fucking Venezuela, dude. The fuck is wrong with you?
At all.
Do you know how international law works? America don't run the world.
No.
The world is not beholden to American law. Just like we're not beholden to anybody else's laws. That's stupid. That's stupid, guys. Use your head. Use your brain, okay? Use your brain.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good, Coach. I can hear you.
All right, for sure. I'm on the road.
Go ahead. Go ahead, keep cooking,
right
bro.
now.
Keep cooking, bro. You good, money?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I was just saying that we don't have an extradition treaty with Venezuela, let alone to send to launch an air raid in their nation. Fly choppers in. Let me tell y'all something, man. Maduro got betrayed by some of his military leaders. I guarantee you that. For that to be allowed, he got betrayed. So we are sending CIA into countries and have people turn against their leaders for these things to happen. So we have to consider that as well. Maneuvering that we're doing, all the maneuvering our nation is doing in other countries to get our way. And we think this is a good thing. We got people out here, it was such a great raid, it was such a great assault. But they're not considering what was done to have this happen, right? Because
there it goes again.
Yeah, it's going out. Oh, good times. Good. I'm glad you asked that question. Good times. Is there not a warrant out on Benjamin Netanyahu's head right now? So why hasn't America arrested Benjamin Netanyahu for war crimes? So answer that one there, Chief.
Double-minded, double-tongued.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
True Will, I just have to point out one of the sicknesses of some of these people. So to all of my fellow Americans, no matter what your race is in the chat, the gentleman that wrote that statement earlier that said all of those things were in the past. It doesn't matter today. So I don't care if that makes me a racist. I want you to imagine being in class with your classmates, being taught about the Holocaust, being taught about the genocide of the natives, being taught of other people's atrocities, and somebody stands up and says, I don't care about those things that happened in the past. And if that makes me a racist, matter of fact, let me make it even more plain, because some of you have this veil over your eyes where you only see one way. I want you to imagine an Arab classmate saying to you that 9/11 happened in the past. And if that makes me a terrorist, get over it. What would you want to do? What would be inside of your heart? So if you think I'm a little passionate, or I'm not even angry, I think I'm at a cool 4 right now.
Me too.
I want you to just think about the ignorance, those kinds of people. If you condone that, you are the threat to this country. You are the ones who are unpatriotic, not I. You see, when Trill Will first started the live, it happens this way every time. We start speaking as American people what is going on and how it will affect us with Venezuela. Not even 15 minutes into his live, some of you bigots, under the guise of you're just on this side versus the other, you start talking about race.
Facts.
You have a sickness.
Hey, Coach, I got a question for you. Since these people are saying we are too concerned about the past, when you go to the doctor and say, for instance, something's bothering you, you go to the doctor, what is the first thing the doctor asks you? He asks you about your history. Your history is important because they know how to correctly diagnose your current situation. That is why the past is very important, because if doctors never ask you about past occurrences in your health, how the fuck are they going to be able to cure you right now? How can they tell you that your mama who had diabetes or she had some kind of hereditary disease that can be passed down to her children? How can they be able to prognose your fucking disability or your illness? Because this country was built on race. It was prioritized on a hierarchy. Yep. You got the elites, you got the poor white trash whites, and you got everybody else. And those poor white trash whites, like you, y'all don't get no access to the elite club. You're in the same shit house as every single one of us. All you got was a token. They gave you a little clip and told you, hey, at least you're not one of them.
At the same time, you still one of them.
Yep. All you got was a fucking little shiny little tool that they gave you called race immorality. And all you did was carried out every single atrocity at the behest of the elite class in this country because they told your stupid ass that you were better than those niggers. You were better than those Mexicans. You're better than those Arabs. You're better than the Irish. You're better than everybody else.
My bad.
You got nothing. You're good, bro. You good, bro. You vibing.
I'm on the road right now, so.
No, bro, we understand. You good. You good money, bro. What did y'all win, MAGA? Since y'all ain't here defending these goofballs, what did y'all get? What did you get?
They got to own the libs. That's all they cared about.
And what does owning the libs entail? What do you actually own?
These motherfuckers will cut off their nose to spite their own faces. It's idiocracy at its finest. And I just want to address that dude Good Time.
Yeah.
You know, want to come with the reverse racism scheme and all that there, right? Name one time in history that black people have done to y'all what y'all have done to us. Name the time in history when we did to y'all what y'all did to us.
They can't. They'll never find it.
Y'all always want to talk about, oh, black racism. Then y'all tell us it don't exist. And at the same time, you want to say that we doing to y'all what y'all doing to us.
Hey, Coach, I guess it's my turn now.
Hey,
it's my turn. Good times. You want to talk about hate? Let's talk about hate then. People like you hate us so much that you sold our kids. People like you hated us so much that y'all lynched our bodies while surrounded by thousands of people that look just like you, smiling and grinning. You hated us so much. You watched us build communities after y'all bullshitted and told us, oh, blacks, y'all need to pick yourselves up by your bootstraps. So we built Black Wall Street. What did you do there? You dropped bombs on them, killed everybody there, ran them out of their houses, stole all their property. Oh, what did you do in Ocoee, Florida, Rosewood, Florida? The blacks, the Red Summer. What did you do?
Seneca Park.
What did you do? What did you do? You buried Oscarville underwater. What did you do? Your ancestors did it. And you profit from it right now. Right now. Now, nobody on this panel even uttered the words, I hate white people. We didn't, because we don't talk like that.
Exactly.
I hate racists. There's a staunch difference between what I said and what you believe. I hate racist motherfuckers like you. I hate little peanuts who come in here and try to make whataboutisms. Oh, y'all got nothing but hate. Nothing but hate. While at the same time, you are okay with watching Alton Sterling get 6 bullets in his chest. You was okay watching the Laquan McDonald get shot in the hell of bullets, over 60 bullets in Chicago. You was okay with watching Tatiana Jefferson get smoked in her house while she was babysitting her nephew. You was okay with Breonna Taylor getting murdered in her house. You were okay with a cop kneeling his knee down on the back of the neck of George Floyd. And then y'all came with some bullshit ass rhetoric talking about, oh, y'all herald George Floyd as a hero. And not one black person ever said that shit. You were okay watching Martin Luther King get assassinated. You were okay watching Marcus Garvey. You was okay watching Fred Hampton get assassinated at 21 years old. You were okay. Y'all okay? You're fine with it. Didn't bother you. You was okay with the ascension of the devil in place right now. The devil in place right now, Donald John Trump. You was okay with that. Because when he told you, he spoke to your inner Klansman. And you were okay with the fact that that man told you he was going to make America white again. And that's when you jumped up and cheered for joy. Yay! Trump's going to bring America back. Back to what? Back to hate. Back to stupidity. Back to unfeathered ignorance. And here you are in my chat trying to tell a bunch of black kings how we should feel about the atrocities that people who look like you have committed time after time after time after time again. And you're still doing the same shit you did the days of Martin Luther King. You did during the same days of Robert Smalls, the same days of Sojourner Truth, Rosa Parks, Fannie Lou Hamer, all these prolific black bodies who sacrificed their lives just so we could be free. So don't come in here trying to patronize us and tell us about hate. Your ass hates. You hate yourself so much that you are willing to accept nothing in return to blind loyalty to a man who could give a fuck about you if you were on fire in front of him and he had the water hose in his hand. He wouldn't give a flying fuck about you or your family. He don't give a fuck about your kids. He don't give a fuck about their future. He don't give a fuck about your future. He don't give a fuck about your crippled elderly grandma in that nursing home that gets ready to shut down. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. And you in here trying to patronize us. Shut your bitch ass up and learn something. The problem with motherfuckers like y'all.
Put his fucking comment on the goddamn this fucking idiot right here. They
always come in here with the same bullshit narrative and don't
everything's so wrong. So that make it okay. And that's not even the complete truth.
They don't know shit about history. That's what I'm saying. All these dumbasses come in here trying to talk circles around us smart people. We're too smart for you.
Fucking what about isms? What about this? What about that?
I'm in the back of the class. I have a question to Trill Will.
Yes, sir.
Trill Will, when did international slavery stop?
Let's see. It stopped with the end of the transatlantic slave trade. But what did they do after that?
Right. So my question to you is about these Africans that sold our own people. Mm-hmm. Who created the breeding farms in America?
White women.
So
white women and white men.
I wonder how come they never bring up these breeding farms. That is one of the worst atrocities you can put on another human being, sometimes forcing a woman's son, putting a brown paper bag over his face, forcing him to have sex with his mother and keep reproducing slave boys and girls.
Hey, you have fun, okay? Be good.
Right, because that actually happened.
So is that hate? Is that something that Coach Hudson is making up? See, here's the thing. I already know there ain't no truth in you. You see, I'm gonna let my brother get it back. And let me just say this. I already know you're not gonna agree with anything I say, because the people who actually are patriotic, the white people in the chat who actually are patriotic and don't have that hate in them, they're not going to keep defending these atrocities. Just like if you're speaking to me and someone speaks to me about their native land and the atrocities that might have happened to their family, I'm never going to come out my mouth and say, but you know, it really didn't happen like that. I mean, I want you to sit here and just imagine someone try to sit up in your face as an American and tell you, well, 9/11 wasn't that bad. Even though there were a few people that got cancer on the ground, it was just 2 or 3 people. It wasn't that bad. I want you to just sit there and imagine the sickness that you would feel in the pit of your stomach to hear somebody downplay an atrocity like that, an attack on our nation like that, because you are patriotic. You are a hater. You are a racist. Truth is not in you, but like the scripture says, we war not against flesh and blood, but against principalities of darkness and spiritual wickedness in high places. I already know that it ain't even you I'm fighting with. It's the truth in me and the God in me fighting with the devil in you.
Facts. Talk to him. He said, never heard Trump say anything about making America white. Now let's talk about his policies then, because those policies speak louder than any word that could ever come out of his mouth. So he didn't say black jobs then. Whoops. Hey, good times. You're gonna figure out real fast. You in the wrong place.
Yeah, this ain't no Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray channel.
This ain't that over here, bro.
If you want to go to them ignorants, you need to go find you another motherfucking spot, bro.
Go to Terrence Williams' channel if you want that cooning and buck dancing action. Go over there where the sellouts are, because they ain't here.
You won't find any here.
You're talking to a bunch of proud, confident, and intelligent black men here. You're talking to some black kings here, and you hate that because you can't circumvent what we're talking about because you're a fucking goofball. You've been a goofball,
and you can't tell me about the racist history of this country. I'm from Mississippi.
While you still enjoy the benefits of everything my people suffer, and you're doing to us the exact same thing you were doing to them back in the day, even now. So why, if that ain't happening, then why are white people fighting for their lives to call black people niggers unchecked? Why? If y'all are well past the demons and devils of yesteryear, if y'all are okay with that, then why are y'all so obsessed with being in black spaces, still in black culture, and stealing everything you can from black folks? Why is that? Why y'all so
like racist? So I stay away from their channel. I don't want to hear what they have to say. I don't care what they think. I avoid them like the plague.
Not liking racists is too loud of a word for me. I fucking hate racists. I wish you the same fucking vim and vigor that you wish me. I want everything bad to me that you trying to speak over me to happen to you tenfold, pressed down, shaken together, and run it forward. I want everything that you ever wished on my ancestors to come to pass for you. And you don't know something? My mama always told me, that ditch that you dig for somebody, you better be careful because that ditch is going to be this right perfect size for you. Because y'all dug that ditch when y'all voted for Trump. Y'all dug that ditch when you tripled Trump. Y'all dug it even deeper when y'all watched his policies discriminating against black folks. Yeah. So why is his attack on DEI so prevalent? And why does it sound like he wants to make America white again? So you tell me who he renamed those bases back after. Traitors? Could it have been the traitors of the Confederacy?
And another thing, who is he pushing for people to, what color people do he want to migrate over here? Look, where is he accepting them from?
Y'all keep talking about why is everyone talking about race? Because you fuckers make it about race every fucking time. Y'all do it. We want to be left the fuck. Look, black people want to be left the fuck alone. Y'all can't even do that. Y'all can't leave us alone for shit. Y'all can't leave us alone for you. It would literally kill you to leave black folks the fuck alone.
Yep. Nobody forced you to come over here. You came over here on your own free will.
And we
don't like the content. Fucking leave. Nobody cares.
Right. We ain't asked you to come here. Y'all are the ones who talk making about race. And then try to call us, oh, you're a racist, Will, for telling the truth. I'm racist for telling you you're a fucking troglodyte. I'm racist for telling you that you enjoy the benefits of racism and racists. You mean to tell me that? The sitting senator in the United States Senate out of the state of South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, preceded Strom fucking Thurmond. Need I say more?
That says it all.
Ain't Lindsey Graham still alive? Every time we made our own communities, every time we made our own businesses, every time we created our own schools, every time we created our own churches, here y'all come. Every time. They always made up this concept of race so they can keep you poor white trash hillbillies in place. It wasn't to keep black folks in line. Black people going to do their thing regardless. It's in our nature. It's in our DNA. We don't sit subservient to anybody. That's the reason why we freed ourselves, and y'all told the lie that somehow some white man who was benefiting off slavery suddenly had a change of heart and freed black folks. You're a goddamn lie. You're a bold-faced
sharecropping was just as bad as slavery.
You are a bold-faced fucking lie. You are a bold-faced lie, and you know it. Because if y'all didn't fight this war over race, then where did Jim Crow come from? Why did you interrupt the Reconstruction period? Why didn't y'all want black people to get their just due during Reconstruction? Why was there black codes? Why was there the vagrancy laws? Why was it convict leasing? Why is there the 13th Amendment that still legalizes slavery to this day? Now you tell me, please, since black people are the ones bringing up race all the goddamn time, tell me that. I really want to know. I got 3 kings up here that we really want to know the answer to your question. Because y'all motherfuckers love making shit about race, then hiding your hands when we confront you about the very racist thing you're talking about.
Right.
Ain't that a shame?
Who, me?
Look at this motherfucker here. Using God's name in vain, you're evil. Idolizing the orange devil is evil.
It's your, not your. Okay.
Your is fucking you up.
That irritates me so fucking bad when people spell your like your. That really fucking annoys me.
That your be fucking them up every time. Your and yours.
Every
it's
time.
Like there and there.
Tell me you a dumbass hillbilly without telling me you a dumbass hillbilly.
You're using God's name in vain. I tell you what,
hey,
you better stop that posh bucket.
Hey, look here, Coach Hudson. You think you're a smart nigger, don't you?
Smart nigger, don't you? You went to the white man's school,
Hey,
didn't
you think you're a smart nigger, don't you? You think you smart. You're in that Freedom's March. Y'all think y'all smart, daggum. You're in that Trill Will. Y'all think you're a smart. Well, daggum, I graduated from 4th grade, by God, at 23 years old. I'm smarter than any one of you colors on that stage over there.
All right. Don't like what's going on here. You always can leave. I tell you what.
Right. Y'all come around here and get cooked every fucking day.
Every time.
And then just keep coming back. Keep coming back. Y'all like the abuse, you fucking cooks.
They can't live without us. They can't.
Watch this, Will. Listen, everybody. I want to tell the bigots a secret. When I used to brief colonels, chiefs, and I started briefing congressmen on certain things in the military before I retired, you know what I found out? They don't like you either.
Nope.
Yeah, the people you all go out your way to hate on your fellow brother and sister for their culture, for the race of for their race and the color of their skin. Guess what? The people you're defending, they don't like you. They want to get as far from you as possible. You know how I know? They told me. Right. So I started doing some research. If you all go look at Trump in the 90s, he was nowhere around no poor white folk. He hated y'all. His family thought you all were beneath them. You don't care.
Make it plain.
You all don't care. So you all are in here. For those of you who are saying, well, you're making it about race. This live started about Venezuela and how it's going to affect Americans. But this is what I noticed. Every time Trill Will goes live, every time Freedom's March goes live, somehow, some way, bigots find their way into the chat. We have a good little melting pot going on at first. You got black folks talking about what they're going through. You got white folks talking about what they're going through. You got the Latina community coming in the chat, and then here y'all come. Y'all know the majority of people are tired of y'all.
Exactly.
Damn. That hurt, Coach.
Let that sizzle in your spirit.
Hurt that spirit, dog.
Cold-blooded.
God dang, Coach, you had to fry them like that.
They don't like y'all. Y'all are fucking cannon fodder to them.
Right. You're expendable.
They don't like y'all. Y'all ain't shit.
Damn, Coach.
You're a buffer. You are nothing but a buffer between them and the middle class. That's it. You're just a buffer.
You're the guard dog. You're that little raggedy ass mangy mutt out front of their house barking at anything that looks like me. You ain't got
Y'all
shit.
too
Nothing.
fucking dumb to
You still
see this
outside.
shit.
You still outside. Shout out to Nala8697 in the super chat. He said, keep cooking, bro. Salute to the panel. Salute to you, King. Salute.
What's going on with it? Not 86.
The problem with these troglodytes is they live in imagination world. And in their imagination world, they think they're way up here. And in reality, they're in the same mess we're all in. They're right there. They're right there. They still live in a trailer park, light they Pall Mall cigarette up and drink that natty ice. Hating on black people they done seen drive around in a nice Charger, they Challenger, or they Lexus, or they Mercedes. I wonder how that nigger got that car over there. Probably sells dope.
Not knowing that all my life, and all I got is this F-150.
I've been over here for 23 years working and slaving over here at Milliken, and all I got to show for it is this single wide trailer and this Ford F-150 truck over there. God damn it. I don't know how you niggers got all that money. That's them. Bro, that's them for real. Bro, that is them in real time. That is how they are.
Professional athlete.
Yeah, he must play basketball over there with Michael Jordan over there. He got a bald head just like that colored fella too, buddy.
All these fake Obamas up here.
See, they did, bro, ain't it wild, coach? That look, they keep coming here trying to talk. Like I want to ask another question. This is a real question. How does race or the color of your skin equate to your fucking intelligence? How does that work? Tell me. I want somebody to explain it to me like I'm a Trump supporter. Please explain it to me. Explain it.
I'll tell you. A white man is a hierarchy. White man read better. The white man can do everything better. That's what I've been taught.
That's right. It ain't right unless it's white.
That's right. And the red-blooded white American, dadgummit, who founded this country and built it from scratch. Born in the USA.
And I'm proud to be an American. Cause at least I know I'm free.
And you gotta stand next to you. Horse milk can get me fired up.
I'm American, Jack.
America, fuck yeah.
Look at
I love Trump. I love him. I hope he gets a bunch of ships and just sends all of you porch muckers back to Africa.
Back to Africa you go, buddy. Look here, if you don't like it here, don't John Trump is your president.
Just
if you
leave.
don't like it here, you can leave, buddy.
Just leave. Me and Jethro will be just fine without you.
Old Jethro.
You know what's funny? You know what's sad about all this though, coach? What we're saying is actually how these motherfuckers really think.
Yep.
We're saying it in joke. We're telling a joke. Y'all really think like that. Hey, I'm white. I'm smarter than you, buddy. You're black. You're dumb. You got a low IQ of 32 room temperature, buddy, because you're black. But I got more degrees than you, sir. I'm smarter than
Look,
you.
y'all wouldn't even have fucking cell phones if it wasn't for a black man.
They wouldn't have cell phones, a traffic light, ironing board, refrigerated fucking vehicles. You wouldn't have a light bulb. You wouldn't have a dustpan. You wouldn't have a
elevator.
You wouldn't have elevators. You wouldn't have open heart surgery, closed circuit TV, security system. You won't have that shit. It's so many things that you wouldn't have if it wasn't for black people and black innovation.
Over 50,000 inventions in this country alone.
Facts.
And most
Not
of them
to
being
mention Africa.
Facts. They got look. The thing about it is, what's funnier? The funniest part about all this, we don't have to lie about our past. We don't have to lie about shit. All we have to do is tell the truth. See, that's the reason why they hate us so much, because we tell the truth. Well, they lie about it. They gonna lie about it. You can count on it. They gonna lie about something. They gonna lie about it
all day.
Oh, black people ain't inventing none of that stuff over there. Blacks ain't inventing none of that stuff.
Y'all ain't invented nothing.
Y'all ain't inventing none of that over there. You're a goddamn liar, Will.
You're a liar.
You're a liar.
Even the first supercomputer was invented by I think a brother from South Africa or somewhere on the continent.
The super
Open heart
soaker,
surgery.
the fucking roller coaster, open heart surgery. The list goes on and on and on, bro. They keep
Black
lying.
people have contributed to society.
Yeah, and still get desecrated by the same society it helped create.
We built society.
Yes.
Exactly.
We build every time.
For fucking free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The country
They
would
don't
not be America wouldn't be America without us. That's a fact.
You can like it, you can love it, but goddamn it, you gonna get used to it.
Hey, I just had an interesting question. Here's something we can cook on. What if all white people disappeared from America? What would y'all think would happen? And then on the flip side, what would happen if all black people left America? And go.
Man, if black folks decide to say, man, you know what? Fuck it, man, I'm out. We're gonna all go to West African countries. Them bastards will follow us.
Yeah, they'll bring our ass back. Oh,
They'll be over there trying to see what we doing.
Yep.
Those niggas are conspiring against America because your guilt is eating your ass up.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that somebody said that?
Who else they gonna hate? They already kicking all the Mexicans up out of here.
Yeah, listen to what racists say. Racists always say their excuse for black people not having equality is they're afraid we're gonna do to them what they done to us.
Man, we not thinking about y'all.
We've always said, what's been the number one thing black people have always asked for in America?
To be left the fuck alone.
Be left alone.
And the equality.
Equality, yep.
Get it.
Equality under the law.
Equality under the law and to be left the fuck alone. We've never talked about retribution. Oh, we're gonna go and kill y'all for what y'all did. We never said that shit.
Never.
Ever.
Now, True Will, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all brothers might not agree with me on this, but I'm gonna say this. Now, this is how Trump can get my vote again. Check this out. If Trump does a press conference that says, all right, look, I see you niggers, I see you whites can't get along. This is what we gonna do. We're gonna bring segregation back, but
amen.
But it's gonna be more of an equal justice under the law and resources until we all get our stuff together as a country. He said,
bro, that's all we ever wanted.
You got my vote. You got my vote.
I remember when I was a kid, and my uncle.
First, they got to give us our reparations.
Yes,
that too. That too.
Before that even happened.
Yep.
Give us our reparations. You operate under your goddamn government.
Yep.
Right. Give us our resources. Give us our reparations so that we can operate under our own system.
Right.
Right. And create a treaty that they can't break, like they.
Man, you know, America ain't never kept they treaties.
Right.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So
on top of
break
that,
it. But you gotta have a treaty. You gotta have a treaty for them to
break the treaty. Breaking the treaty would mean an act of war.
Exactly.
On top of that, Trill Will, the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, they got to return all athletes with money to the organizations back to the black leagues. The Negro Baseball League, the Negro Basketball League, Negro Football League, the Negro
Boxing
Negro Boxing League.
Yep.
Oh, there go entertainment for y'all.
Yeah,
now, white folks.
And coach, the jump on top of what you just said, and you got to return all money you stole from the Freedmen's Bank, all land, all that must be returned to the deceased.
With interest and inflation pricing.
Yes, with interest.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. The white folks who are really patriotic, who don't have that hate in their heart, they are gonna get rid of the racists, and this is why. They're gonna see the position that we're in now because of you racists. So those of you that can't go to the R&B concerts anymore, they can't go to our festivals, your football ain't the same anymore, and they don't like when you mess with their football and they college football and the pros. The sports ain't the same. Ain't no more real halftime show. The halftime show sound like
Get your banjos out there, Gummy. They got the song
Hey,
on right
fun
now.
fact, brothers. Fun fact. The banjo was actually an African invention.
So it's a harmonica.
Okay, have that then.
So is it a harmonica? Yep.
They gonna have to do the hand job.
It's always bar.
You better get that big ass motherfucking that jug. We're having a hoop nanny over here, buddy.
My little baby loves to eat.
Every halftime show moving forward gonna be Jethro in the middle of the arena talking about, and you gotta stand up. Gonna be like, man, we tired of this, man. It's the third year.
Man, what is this shit?
You got a new song, Lee Atwood. You got a new song.
Like, where's that Usher fella at?
You don't have long Trump there and shit.
They're gonna be smuggling black entertainers. They're gonna be smuggling black entertainers in their events.
Come on, 50 Cent. You know you love us, Watt.
Come on, yeah.
That's the key. That's the key. 50 Cent. They can have that nigga.
They can have Nicki Minaj too. Let them have them.
They can have all them goofy coons.
They can have every coon they ever selected. Go get the coon party.
Yep, send them over there. Send them over there, and some of my white comrades in the chat. When you can't go to the Mexican restaurant and get your avocados, when you can't go to the concerts, all right, and the halftime show is looking the way it's looking, you have to blame the racists who wanted it this way. And if you all think that Republicans versus Democrats is bad, take them avocados away from the white folks. You gonna see a misunderstanding.
Hey,
I can't have my avocado toast back, gummies.
They'll be ready to lob a grenade.
Oh, when they can't have their avocado toast, boy, it's over.
Oh, they gonna act a goddamn fool out there.
It's gonna be some furniture moving.
Avocado toast.
Well, Billy, I can't get my toast.
Oh,
what's going on?
Oh my god! These motherfuckers will lose their fucking mind.
They be out of control.
They'll lose their mind.
A world without season salt.
Lord,
no season salt.
Christina said the Jim Beam main plant closed for 2026 because the Canadians boycotted them.
Yep, tourism's down. Y'all see what happened when you go white, right? You ain't all right. You go white, you ain't all right, buddy.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
Y'all wanted this. Y'all, in the DEI didn't earn it. Then y'all put a bunch of didn't earn it in the White House. Now look what you got. What you got now?
Not only did they not earn it, they don't even qualify.
Right, and they stole it.
RFK is the what is he? The health
secretary?
Yeah, man, this dude a heroin addict.
Yep, motherfucker eating roadkill and shit. That's what y'all think. See y'all got life fucked up. Y'all got life fucked up.
Dude was swimming in that doo-doo creek with his grandbaby.
Yeah, with his grandbaby swimming in doo-doo.
In the doo-doo creek.
He does not care. He don't
care. Man, children gonna be ending up looking like the Toxic Crusader. Swimming around in that doo-doo water.
Doo-doo man. That's his name. Doo-doo man.
It's the doo-doo man.
It's the doo-doo man. That's doo-doo man. Doo-doo man.
Trill. You have to keep teaching, because no matter how mad they get, even if they insult you in the chat, they're going to go look up what you're teaching them.
Right.
And they're going to have to sit down and say, you know what? There might be a little truth to what he's saying. Because what you have to realize, some of you bigots, if we all go to boot camp, I'm poor, you're poor. The Hispanic over here is poor. The Asian's poor. If you think that just because you white, that's going to stop you from being deployed and shot at just like me, you have a sickness in your mind. Yep. I want you to think about World War I, World War II, Vietnam. There's all these conflicts. Do you all know that every time white men were being unalived on the battlefield and were being drugged, they didn't send no special type of outfit to come save you. You know what they did? They said, you know what? We got some Negroes that's been wanting to fight.
Right.
See what them Negroes gonna do. See if them Negroes gonna help you. And they sent the Red Tails. They sent the 761st Tank Battalion that you all don't know nothing about, but you all know about Saving Private Ryan.
Exactly.
See? So you have to study. If you all would just study history, you will see that we ain't a lot different. But see, you think because you act like you're a rich white man being hateful, they don't even like you.
Nope.
You're not in the club, buddy.
They do not have a seat at the table for you. No matter how many times you try to assimilate, they don't like you. You wouldn't even know what kind of and honestly, you really shouldn't want to be with them. Their appetites are sick. These billionaires' appetites, a lot of them, they're sick. And you think that you're with them. No, fool. They despise you as well. So listen to the bigot. Go and study the American Revolutionary War and what happened after. You know what happened? Blacks and whites were working together at the ports. And the elite in the colony said, wait a minute. We can't have these blacks and whites work together. These Irish that we've been calling nigger. We can't have these whites that aren't pure Anglo-Saxon that we have been hating. We can't do that to them.
Nope.
Because if they come together, they're going to overthrow the little that we just won. So you know what they did? They started giving you this white status that if you are just what they consider white at the time, you have an upper hand.
Yeah.
So you can go hang some black folks. You could go in their neighborhoods and grape their women. But we're not going to give you any of our wealth.
Let them know.
You need to study. They throw you under the bus every single time and use you as a buffer just to deviate. Before Dr. King, and I'll land my plane here. Before Dr. King was assassinated, the real reason he was assassinated, the same reason why they assassinated Fred Hampton, is Dr. King said to the poor whites, wait a minute, you should be over here with us because they treating you like us. Y'all can't feed your children in the morning. Look how they treating you. And these were the whites that were already here. They were giving wealthy whites from Europe land. Free immigration status. Come on over and we'll give you land. We'll teach you how to blah, blah, blah. We'll teach you how to grow your crops. All of that while crapping on you at the same time. So Dr. King said, we're going to do a poor man's march.
Facts.
Where every American should be able to afford a house, should have a decent wage. And then boom, Dr. King is going. A lot of you didn't catch that. A lot of you still in your ignorance and your white attitude said, you know what? Hey, those Negroes are burning down the country for no reason. Just because Dr. King got unalive. You should have been helping burn it down.
Yep. Facts. Shout out to Lisa Golden in the super chat with that $2. She said, U.S. robbed Venezuela of oil and 847 tons of silver.
Damn.
That's the whole plan. Lisa, that was the plan. That was the plan.
And Trump all but admit, I mean, he said he was over there to get that oil.
Yeah,
he said that out of his own mouth.
You remember when I told y'all a while back that Donald Trump is the exact version that Dave Chappelle played on his sketch show, the Chappelle show, when he was Black
George Bush.
Yes. Donald Trump is the exact caricature that Dave Chappelle depicted in that skit on his show. Y'all remember when Donald Trump said this shit at the presidential debate? If Kamala wins, only death and destruction await because she is the candidate of endless wars. I am the candidate of peace. How's that peace coming, y'all?
I can't believe they actually bought that shit, though.
They did. They bought a hook, line, and sinker because they suckers.
I mean, when you think about it, when America get involved in wars, for the most part, the president is usually a Republican. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right. You are right.
And then a Democrat always got to come behind them and clean up what they did.
Every time.
So what are we talking about?
Don't worry, I got the race war. I got the race war narrative right here. Here we go.
Wanting to start a race war with a race that was bred for war. You understand that?
All right, I'm going to stop you there, white boy. You wasn't bred for war. If you was bred for war, you bitches wouldn't have left when King James was burning white women at the stake for working in the woods.
Come on, OG Matt.
You would have stayed there since you were built for fucking war, and you would have dethroned King James, and you would have been like the early version of Australia, a bunch of rapists, drunk criminals, okay? Dismiss me with that. You was bred for war. You bitches can't even stay in the fucking sun for long duration.
Damn.
Your body odor, your Neanderthal stink goes down when people can smell you. If you're not animals, you're raping children and beating women, bred for war. If the Dutch didn't have cannons and firearms, the Zulus would have ate the motherfuckers.
Right.
And not the way you eat people. It'd have been lunchtime, bred for fucking war. Let me tell you something. This is how I know a lot of you bitches have not been in war. You're not ready for war. And if your friend was to take a 7.62 to the fucking dome and you hear that thud, you bitches will call ceasefire. We got land. We got this. Bitch, all we need is your fucking address. And 7 motherfuckers and everyone in that goddamn house will cease to exist. And in closing, nobody's talking about a fucking race war but you goddamn sun-dodging mutants. Dismiss me with that shit. You're the one projecting. You want a race war until someone puts one smack dead in your old lady's fucking forehead and you're reminded that, holy shit, this is what I never wanted. Because it always happens like that, right? It always happens. You bitches start shit, then when real life go upside your head, all of a sudden they're extremists. They're radical. Ain't nobody built for fucking war.
Nope.
Because one is long done and said and all that bullshit, you're still fighting the war in your fucking mind. So sit your white ass down and enjoy your fucking land and your fucking life. And your wife. Find a chronological order and live it. That bullshit.
You're one.
See?
OG speaking nothing but facts.
Nothing but the facts. Nobody's bred for war.
And I was saying,
man, I can tell y'all some fucked up ass stories though, for real. I'm not gonna get into that shit.
They don't sure will. Some of these guys sit up here playing Call of Duty all day, getting all pumped up off of watching Fox News all day, and whatever type of narrative they like to paint. A lot of you don't know what war is.
Nope.
It ain't like Call of Duty. You don't know what it's like when the water been turned off. You don't know what it's like when the trucks can't come into your town anymore and drop off food. You don't know what it's like when every time you use the bathroom, you need someone to watch your back. Because you could be snatched or unalive. You don't even know, mind you, y'all talking about these wars, and we have children here and your women here. Dude, shut up. And
that's another reason why I said all these people that get on the internet talking about that race war bullshit. These motherfuckers ain't never gonna go to no war. You got families. Shut up. Unless you willing to sacrifice your family, cause war ain't cool. Ain't motherfuckers gonna be picking and choosing who the fuck they gonna lay down.
Nothing cool.
War is war.
Ain't nothing cool about it. You don't know nothing about putting hand sanitizer on your eyelids to keep you up from falling asleep.
Facts. Done it.
You don't know nothing about that. You don't know about rolling up coffee beans like dip and putting it under your gum to do a slow caffeine drip to keep you up because your life is under the threat of death.
Or doing fire watch while seeing red streaks fly past your head. Yeah. Y'all ain't ready for that shit. You ain't ready for that shit. None of y'all been a sergeant of the guard. None of y'all done this shit. Most of y'all ain't even held a rifle. So how the fuck you gonna go to war, dog?
Some bitch really mind confident, think he the goddamn.
Oh, I can do war. I seen it on TV.
Some bitch.
I seen it on Full Metal Jacket, bro. I know exactly what I'm doing. All right.
I can shoot a deer. I can shoot a deer. So man, listen.
A deer don't shoot back.
Right.
It's a different. Oh, bro. I think what it is, Coach. They take it light. They think us just saying this shit is like, oh man, he talking like this. He know, bro. I know.
So true. Because we got some vets on here. If we start breaking international law, if the people are now okay with that, right? The Geneva Convention is under what? The international
law.
So that Geneva Convention, how does it protect Americans?
The same way it protects Venezuela, same way it protects Ukraine, same way it protects every other country.
Thank you, brother. So to all of you in the chat, which I ain't seen many of you comment in a minute, maybe we're gonna ran you off. But what that means is if every country says, you know what, Trump ain't playing fair, Israel ain't playing fair, the United Nations ain't calling out for what it is, I tell you what, we scrapped the Geneva Convention. Do you know what that means for every American that is not on our soil at that time? That means it's a green light on you. So if you're in Russia, if you are in South America, if you are in anywhere that you are not protected, you can be snatched up. You can be unalived. Not only that, those laws that protect you, they're out the window. But some of you think it's a one-way street. You think because our armed forces and anyone who knows people in the armed forces, it's conflict going on in the armed forces because some of you racist, bigoted sergeants and other people in the military are making it hard for the black man, are making it hard for the brown man, the yellow man in the armed forces. So you have a military that's not even as unified as it should be.
Right.
Then you have these laws that are not being followed. You think that can happen to you?
That's what they think.
Some might be saying, well, coach, that never can happen because we're so protected. Okay. When Joe Biden was in, how many Venezuelans that were released from prison allowed into the U.S.? Do you think they all have been captured?
Tens of thousands.
Keep playing. Matter of fact, I tell you what, the next time you're out and you got some time driving to the bigot, I want you to drive around and look at your water supply that supplies your county. And I want you to see how it's guarded. I want you to go to some of your power centers and see how well it's guarded. I want you to look around your power grids and see how well it's guarded. And keep thinking that American people can't suffer because now international law is being broken. I'll leave it at that.
Hey,
it ain't guarded.
To go back to your question about the Geneva Convention, they don't understand that the reason why you can go to an American consulate in a different nation, in a different country, and they can't attack you there is because of the Geneva Convention. But they will never know that because most of these motherfuckers have never stepped foot out of this country and they don't know how international law works. We do. I know how it works. You know how it works. Freedom's March knows how it works. We know how it works. They don't.
Yep.
So the Geneva Convention it's got more power than y'all are letting on, and Trump going in willy-nilly, go and kidnap a country's president and their wife. And y'all think there ain't no smoke that's gonna come behind that shit? Bet. Keep living in La La Land. Keep thinking, oh man, see, Trump did, man. Trump did this, see, man. Trump. All right, cool. All right,
that's not worth $14.
Huh?
You think it's worth $14?
Okay.
Don't say we didn't warn you. If China or Russia or North Korea or the Taliban or one of these extremist organizations that America helped create decide they want to wage war on American soil, do we got the allies that are going to protect us? Can we file the Section 5 of NATO again? Because we're the only nation in the world that's ever used it. Article 5. Coach, they don't know what Article 5 is, Coach. Article 5, basically, I'll shorten it and make it good for you, okay? Article 5 basically rallies the troops, rallies all your allies to come to your aid when something tragic happens on your shore. 9/11, for example, was the time the United States used Article 5. But you got a dumbass like Trump who has no military experience, who has no fucking intelligence or common sense of that nature, that's out here just breaking international law anytime he feels like it. And he's got a dumbass drunk right beside him doing it. and he's got a little fucking big-eared fucking Cuban right there on the other side of him, letting him do it. And then he's got a dumbass bitch sitting as attorney general that's going to back him up anyway. He's got a bunch of yes men around him. And these people have no idea what the fuck they're setting the precedent for the future. They care about only today because they ain't got to deal with anything going down the road. Who's got to come and fix this shit? The person that has to come fix this shit got a lot of work. They really upended hundreds of years of precedent in less than a year.
And look, don't forget, even when we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan, wasn't there a pretext?
Yes.
We didn't just go over there and just was like, yeah, we just gonna go over there and just start taking stuff. No, at least they lied to us, right? At least they lied and manipulated and tried to convince us and tried to convince Congress that it's necessary. They didn't even do that.
They got weapons of mass destruction over there, Will. We've got to go now. That's what they said. That's what Bush said. And you know what? Trump is using the same one. He's using the same one. Same talking point, everything.
Let me pose this question to you, brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So to play the other side of this, when they say Maduro, you know, he's the head of a cartel, it took possession of the country, and he is under indictment for pushing drugs into the U.S. What do we say to that? Is that a good enough reason to go in and snatch him up? Should international law still be followed if that is what was going on?
So if that was the case, then why did Trump pardon one Orlando Hernandez then?
It's a great question.
If that was the case, it never was about drugs. It never was.
Who is that, Trill Will?
One Orlando Hernandez was the former president of Honduras who trafficked over 400 tons of cocaine into America. He literally turned his presidency into a trap house. That's what he did. And Trump just pardoned him. So this wasn't about drugs. See, everything Donald Trump has done in the lead up to the invasion, the illegal invasion of Venezuela, he contradicted it already with his actions. Trump talks about he's the law and order president, right? He talks about he's all about law. Then why did he pardon 1,500 people who committed acts of violence at the White House at his behest? How did he do that? Why? Oh, he's about solving crimes. Oh, it's about fraud. Then why did he pardon over 87 fucking fraudsters who committed billions of dollars of fraud? Damn, coach, they getting silent as a bitch in here, ain't it? It's so silent, you can hear a bitch nigga piss on cotton in the middle of a thunderstorm. Good God in heaven. Y'all can't never answer the hard question.
It ran off.
Then why, if Trump is so about solving fraud and why is he committing so much fraud then? Why did y'all vote for a fucking failed bullshit businessman who's never had a successful business in his life? Why did y'all fall for it? And why did you vote for a felon over a legislator? Why did you vote for a felon over a former prosecutor? When y'all said y'all about the law, you was about law and order. That woman, whether you like her or not, was more about law and order than Trump could ever think about being. Trump already had 91 indictments on top of his head, even when he ran for president. So tell me again. Kamala Harris was no better than Trump. I can't wait to hear this shit. Kamala Harris is just as bad as Trump. Shit, prove it then. Show me any time in her life. She's 60 years old. Show me any time in her life she's committed the bullshit that Trump did. Show me.
She hasn't.
Exactly.
It's deflection, bro. Like I don't like Kamala, but she's not doing anything. I don't talk about her. What is she doing? She minding her business.
Mm-hmm.
She's not in a position for us to put anything on her. She has not been in a position Trump has been in the first term. So we can't say that because she hasn't been in a position to show us anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, she was vice president, but what is JD Vance doing? Nothing. Like, these people are crazy, man.
Or they bring Obama's name up. And
Every time.
I remember them having a tantrum because of his middle name. I remember you all saying that he had some type of tie to some terrorist organization because Hussein is in his name. Same time, Trump, Donald Suge Knight Trump can bring over the leader of the Taliban into the White House, and you all have grace, sympathy. You are so understanding of why this diplomatic move needed to happen. It's because you are a hypocrite. You have selective outrage, selective morality, and if it isn't about your bigotry, then how come you have all of this smoke for President Obama for wearing a tan suit, but President Trump can do just about anything? I have so much more respect for a man that lets me know straight up that's who and what he is than someone who claims to be something that they're not.
Oh boy. Oh, it's getting thick in here, dog.
I thought we had to do y'all like this. I didn't know we was gonna do y'all like this today, but it's one of them days.
It needs to happen though. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. Ooh-wee. Yes.
Running the country like death row.
Yes, sir. Come to death row. Come on to death row. You don't want somebody all in the videos.
Come on.
All in the dancing, singing. Come on to death row.
This is what I got to know, brothers. How did they miss the defense minister?
Jesus Christ.
Hello. The person that can actually go reach out. Man, you can't make this up. It's like we're living in the idiocracy.
Boy,
how did they miss the defense minister? The defense minister pops up. He's like, yeah, I'm all right, but check this out. We need to run that back. The man that can actually call for military conflict, y'all missed him.
Yep. Yep. Hey, but they just in case they want to bring up Obama. See, Obama did all these drone strikes. Let's talk about it.
Boat strikes to the Obama era drone strikes. But legally, this comparison doesn't work, and here's the difference. Hey, I'm Cody Harnish, UCMJ attorney. I'm a former JAG, prior Cav Scout. Now I only practice military law. Those past strikes were justified, right or wrong, under a war framework. After 9/11, Congress passed an AUMF. That stands for Authorized Use of Military Force. The government claimed it was engaged in an armed conflict with Al-Qaeda and associated forces. And this gave the president the legal authority to then use the military against those forces. Under the Constitution, it is Congress that declares war, raises armies, and controls funding, while it is the president that acts as the commander-in-chief, directing the military after a declaration of war or a congressional authorization.
Okay.
That matters because the law of war is very different than criminal law. In war, you can target enemy combatants based on status, not just about what they're doing in the moment. You don't need an arrest warrant. You don't need a trial first. And that is the harsh reality of armed conflict. And that is the legal authority used for the Obama-era drone strikes. Now, people can and they should debate about whether those past drone strikes went too far. But legally, the government at least claimed a recognized armed conflict and had an AUMF for it. But here with these boat strikes, this is not the case, and what's happening here is entirely different. This isn't a war. There's no enemy armed force. There's no battlefield. And most importantly, there's no AUMF. No congressional authorized use of military force. This is the president taking wartime kill authority and using it against suspected criminals. Drug trafficking is a criminal enterprise, not a war, no matter how serious of a crime it is. So comparing the Obama-era strikes to these boat strikes isn't just wrong, it's dangerous because it normalizes the idea that a president can kill people without Congress, without courts, without without accountability. That's not law enforcement. That's not war. That is raw, unchecked power. And that's what our Constitution was specifically written to prevent. Like, share, comment, and follow from.
See, I love this. Y'all know I had him on deck, right? Y'all know I had him on deck. I had him on deck. I got the receipts on deck. The difference between Barack Obama, and I'll break it down again for the slow ones in the back. The difference between the drone strikes, whether you like them, agree with them or not, whether they were, maybe you could consider them over the top or whatever, however you feel like it, they were all legal because he operated under the guise of the use of military force. Donald Trump did none of that. He had no evidence. He had no congressional approval. And he was not operating under the use of military force whatsoever. He did it because he felt like doing it. That's the difference. Legal. So anybody want to engage in a debate with me about the legality of Barack Obama's drone strikes versus Donald Trump and Pete Kegsbro doing what the fuck they want in international water? I'll be more than happy to welcome it. And then also, I will use context with the UCMJ, which is a uniform code of military justice, which is what everybody in the military has to abide by.
Teach.
So anybody. See, that's why I got these two kings up here with me. That's why I got it. Cause daggone it, what y'all not finna do is, I'm not finna try to make this thing sound like, oh, Barack Obama did. He was a war criminal. He did. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Why do you think he was never charged with anything? Why do you think Donald Trump needed blanket immunity so he can go and kill people at will? So you mean to tell me it's okay for the president to just kill people because he felt like it?
He knew he was going to act a fool.
They argued this motion in the Supreme Court when they was trying to get this bullshit, this immunity bullshit passed. He argued it in the Supreme Court. His attorney did. You know, the one that talks like RFK Jr.? Well, I'm saying that I need with the president authority, he needs to be able to do this. Lying. Trump wanted the ability to go and kill people when he felt like it. And that's what he did. So-called peace president, right? That's what y'all called him. He's the peace president. See, y'all missed us with that. See, I study shit for context. And then I go and I circumvent that by pulling receipts. Pulling receipts. Pulling receipts is always going to work. Pulling receipts. Don't worry, I got more. Don't worry, we got more. Don't worry, I got more. Don't worry, there's more. I gotta let all these receipts go. Y'all gotta get all these receipts today. I'm sorry. Y'all gotta get these receipts. Y'all gotta get these receipts.
Out of the country. Here are 4 things you need to know. Number 1, this is an act of war. Under the U.S. Constitution, only Congress can declare war, not the president. Number 2, this was never about drugs. Since September, at least 115 civilians have been killed in Trump's boat strikes in the Caribbean and Pacific. Yet Trump recently pardoned Juan Orlando Hernandez, the former president of Honduras, who was convicted in court of trafficking hundreds of tons of cocaine into the United States. Number 3, this was never about democracy. Yes, Maduro is a dictator, but Trump embraced other dictators, praising Vladimir Putin, exchanging love letters with Kim Jong-un, and even hosting Saudi Arabia's crown prince after U.S. intelligence said he approved the murder of a Washington Post journalist. Here in Brazil, Trump even pressured courts to protect former President Bolsonaro after a January 6th-style insurrection. But Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves, and Trump has openly said he wants the oil. Number 4, this sets a dangerous precedent. If U.S. presidents can, quote, capture foreign presidents they don't like and release the ones they do like, we don't have a democracy ourselves. What comes next for Venezuela, we don't know. When the U.S. pushed regime change in Iraq and Afghanistan, it led to decades of chaos and instability. But the final irony is this. Just last year, one U.S. government official said this about our foreign policy. If somebody sells drugs in another country, that doesn't mean you arrest the president and put him in jail for the rest of his life. That government official was Donald Trump.
How is this putting America first? Your child care has gone up, health insurance has gone up, everything's gone up. Your salary hasn't gone up, but you voted based on him putting America first.
Right. America first, folks. America, buddy. Yep. SFL, no drug lords, no facilities that make or the production of drugs was blown up. What kind of evidence did they have, SFL? What kind of evidence did they have? None. They had no evidence. They just had, hey, trust me, bro. They're in cahoots with the Trinidad Ragua. They're in cahoots. They're in cahoots. Yeah. Jesus. Now the Washington Post is trying to, man, boy, this is why I do not. This is why I do not listen to anything they have to say in mainstream media. I don't. Oh, you want to be interested? You guys will be interested in this, Coach. Look at this. Lincoln, Kennedy, and Gaddafi all touched the money system, and none lived to see the end. Coincidence, or the one line you're not meant to cross? So what happened to all three of these men? They were all assassinated.
Yep.
They were all assassinated. Three leaders, three different centuries, three different countries, yet share one move. They challenge who controls money. No taxes, not elections, the system underneath everything. During the Civil War, Lincoln faced the choice: borrow from private banks at crushing interest or print government-issued money. He chose the second. Greenbacks were debt-free, state-issued, and independent of bankers. Banking interests called greenbacks dangerous, not because they failed, but because they worked. Lincoln was assassinated in 1865. The system reverted. So it was a combination of two things that killed Lincoln. One, he so-called emancipated slaves, which he really didn't. Slaves emancipated themselves, but he was also fucking with the money system. In 1963, JFK signed Executive Order 11110. It allowed the U.S. Treasury to issue silver-backed certificates, not Federal Reserve notes, not debt-based currency. A small shift, but symbolically explosive. Within months, Kennedy was dead. After his assassination, the order was never expanded. Silver certificates disappeared, and the Fed's role remained untouched. Whether connected or not, the challenge stopped. Then, decades later, Muammar Gaddafi proposed something radical: a gold-backed Pan-African currency for oil and trade, no dollar, no euro, no IMF dependency, a monetary system outside of Western banking. Before the currency launched, Libya was bombed, the government collapsed, Gaddafi was killed. The gold never circulated, the idea died with him. Africa stayed dollar denominated. If these ideas were harmless, why were they stopped so decisively? If they were impossible, why did no one let them fail naturally? Why do political systems change, but monetary systems survive every revolution? Wow. More stuff to make you say, All this has to do with two things, though. All of it. Money. The American dollar. Because Trump ain't dumb. When it comes to conning and stealing money, he ain't dumb.
So true, Will. Back to one of the gentlemen who was speaking earlier. If the Christians are being persecuted 500 miles away from northern Nigeria, what is the real reason you think they're focusing on northern Nigeria?
because that's the place they want to exploit resources from Nigeria. And that's why I played that video earlier. Drew, what's up with it, big bro? That's the reason why I played that video earlier, because Nigeria is rich in resources. And just like Venezuela, they kicked out all of the colonizers, like the French and American entities. Yeah, remember, America had bases there too. You know, an example that everybody keeps forgetting about, but I ain't forgot. You remember those 4 army guys who were killed when Trump's first presidency that nobody asked any questions about?
Yeah.
Kind of make you go, right? Why wasn't there any coverage of that? Why did they continue talking about that? Why didn't they find out what was there in the first place? If this is about freedom. See, the dollar, because of Trump's tariffs, because of America's greed, Trump's tariffs, and America's ignorance to international law, that's the reason why we're in the financial position we're in. America blew its wad. Project 2025 and Donald Trump and the MAGA party, this is the last hurrah for white supremacy and the status quo. It's dying. It's dying a violent death right now. Don't worry, coach, you're going to see it come to pass. Trust me, y'all all are going to see it come to pass. You're going to see the fall of the white supremacist empire. Because this white supremacist empire has survived over 250 years. And if you look back at every empire in the history of the world, they all fell.
After about 200 years.
50 years.
Yep.
In existence. And time, like my brother Drew says, time reveals all truth, and a lie is nothing but a long way to the truth. And this is what these people are failing to realize, and this is what they're failing to see. What they're failing to see is that this shit right here is about to blow up in their face.
I'm gonna tell you something else, brother. I think, like Edward Thompson has said, Nigeria is the largest oil producer in Africa. But I think the long play is for them to get set up, because they don't have to get set up in northern Nigeria for that.
Right.
I think the other part of that has something to do with Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Right.
Mali and Niger.
Burkina Faso.
Now, the big difference between Gaddafi, John F. Kennedy, and Abraham Lincoln is that they were not military men.
Right.
Ibrahim Traore is a militant leader. He told Donald Trump, for those who don't know, that he better not, I repeat, Captain Ibrahim Traore told Donald Trump's plane that they better not try to land in Burkina Faso. They just announced no Americans, black or white, are allowed a visa in Mali, Niger, or Burkina Faso, because they know the insurgency and the destabilization plot is on the way, because those 3 countries have gotten together and decided to kick out France and any Western influence of their country. Let's go back, coach, where you going? Northern Nigeria sits on the bottom of what country? Nigeria sits, the top of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, sits in a good position where they can go right into Mali and cross back over, or Niger, cross back over, seep into those countries and try to get to Burkina Faso and then come back over.
Yep.
That's what I think the long play is as well, because Burkina Faso, under the leadership of Ibrahim Traore, is a problem for them. They've tried to assassinate that man something like 50 something times and have failed. They offered one of his head bodyguards something like $3 million, and he didn't take it. Now, when the people have that kind of love for a man and are protecting that man like that, those old tricks, it's not going to work. So if Mali Niger, and Burkina Faso get together and say, you know what? We're going to use our resources. They've already made something like $3 billion already off their gold. Burkina Faso alone. What y'all think is going to happen if those 3 countries alone say we're going to have our own currency? Everybody didn't have the resources.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
So you all keep supporting trying to make enemies with the whole world.
Well, you know that's why they took Gaddafi out.
Yep.
Because he was trying to, he tried to form an African Union and use gold dinar, actual gold, as a currency in Africa. And they took his ass out, turned his people against him.
Yep.
Had him
Crashed their economy. Yep.
And this was under the Obama administration with the help of Hillary Clinton. These people, right? Now, these people, at the end of the day, what they're trying to do in Venezuela, what they're trying to do in Nigeria, is all part of a Zionist plot to take over the world. Sound crazy, right? Sound like a conspiracy theory.
Nope.
This is a reality.
Oh no, I got your back though. I got your back. Just keep cooking. I got your back. Look.
And now,
why are you doing that? There you go.
What did I say? What did I say a few weeks ago to a couple months ago? I said they were pulling out of, they made Benjamin Nosferatu stop his campaigns, right? Stop all the nonsense. He pulled support and military equipment and all that stuff, military assets from Ukraine. And I said, why did I say he was doing that? So that they can do what they just did in Venezuela. So that they can posture and surround Venezuela and act like they were going to invade them to start a war.
Right.
Only so that they can go in with a strategic strike to either take him out or kidnap him like they did. When we tell y'all this stuff, it's because we know what we're talking about.
Factuals.
We tell you guys these things because we see it. Because we're strategists ourselves. We can see it. All you got to do is think 5, 6, 8 moves ahead like they do. And you can see the play. Right? Coach Hudson just told y'all what the play was in Nigeria and what was in the way. See, they got a lot of things in the way. These Zionists. They got, in the Middle East, they got Iran is in the way.
Right.
They got Burkina Faso in the way. They got all these different nations with these leaders in the way. They had, Maduro was in the way, right? But he was betrayed by his own people. I can guarantee you that. So when we tell you guys these things are happening for a reason and we give you guys these so-called predictions, they're not predictions.
Right.
They are forecasts.
Yep. Spoilers.
Because you can see the steps. And we can tell you why they're going to fail. We can tell you why they're going to fail. And 3 of those reasons are China, Russia, and Iran. Not Iran, but North Korea. And the only reason they ain't stepped in yet is because of MAD. You know what, y'all know what MAD is, right? Mutually assured destruction. Mutually assured destruction due to the nuclear arsenals that we all have. Because the only reason they're not stepping in right now is because we have nuclear weapons, they have nuclear weapons. And if it goes there, we're going to be in a nuclear winter for about 200 years. And that's not going to be good. But what they do is they launch these proxy wars.
Right.
Right? They use proxy wars. Ukraine versus Russia is a proxy war. Right? What all those fronts that Israel is fighting on, 7 or 8 fronts, those are proxy wars. Right? And These things are going to continue. So when China's going to look at us and they're going to say, you know what? If they can do that in Venezuela, we can do that in Taiwan.
Right. Come on, freedom.
Cook,
and
man.
Listen, China has been waiting. China is smart. They're like, okay, we're not going to invade Taiwan just yet. We're going to wait for America because we know what they're trying to do. See, they're trying to maneuver. They're trying to outmaneuver each other. All these superpowers are trying to outmaneuver each other to gain the best possible positions in the world to have as much power as they want. That's what all this is about. Is about building empires across the world. And we want to have the biggest empire.
Right.
And so they will manipulate, they will steal, they will kill to get these things cracking. It's evil at the end of the day. It's all it is, pure evil. Why can't we just let these people have their land and have their resources? Right? Why do we have to, not we, but why do they have to go all around the world and say, you know what? We want what you got. And instead of working together, instead of like, okay, we'll trade this for that, they're not interested or satisfied with just a trade. They want to control every goddamn thing. And this is why we're in the position we're in.
Yep.
And it don't gotta be that way. It's a sickness, y'all.
Yep.
It's a
brain dead Americans.
Yeah.
They don't care. But the thing is, they use American exceptionalism as a buffer to constantly bump their heads up. Oh, America is so great. America's this, America's that, blah, 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 blah. And then when they go and royally fuck us over and throw us into a war that we don't need to be in, guess what? None of those elites kids are going to be in those wars.
At all.
Your broke ass kids are going to be in those wars. Your broke ass kids are going to be coming home in body bags and boxes. You're going to be the one getting that 3 o'clock in the morning phone call telling you that your child ain't no longer with us. And
Bear and Trump ain't going nowhere.
Right. They're not going nowhere. Nowhere at all. At all. That's disgusting behavior. They don't care though. They do not care. They do not care.
No. Nope.
They wish
not
they
in the
would.
least bit.
I wish these motherfuckers had the same vim and vigor. I wish they had the same vim and vigor that we have. You know what I mean? For against racism. To doing the right thing. Instead of trying to line their pockets. You know, America could be much more richer than they already are had it not been for ignorance, stupidity, and racism.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Like in the last 20 years, America has lost $16 trillion because they're racist. Don't believe me? Google it. Google it, for real. Google it. Why don't we have universal health care? Racism.
Yep.
Why don't we have anything nice here? Why don't we have smart cities like China does? Why don't we have high-speed rails or good infrastructure here? Racism.
Yep.
Why aren't y'all mad at that African immigrant who's gotten billions and billions of dollars of kickback from our government, now positioning himself to be the first trillionaire in the world?
Yep.
Why y'all energy for that? Why y'all give a fuck about that woman that's in Walmart or in the grocery store buying her kids some fruit roll-ups or some Go-Gurts and shit?
Right.
Or getting them cookies and whatever. What they want. Why y'all worried about them? When the biggest welfare recipients in the office are the Walton family.
Facts.
Jeff Bezos.
Come on, true.
Elon Musk. Mark Zuckerberg. All of these billionaires that y'all claim and y'all worship that's so elite, they're welfare babies.
Hell yeah. Facts.
I got another question for y'all, fellas. Why is it every time they talk about fraud, they always got to throw in a black face? They always. Whether they're Somali, whether they black, just you know how Reagan did when Reagan came up with that bullshit that he said about, oh man, see, welfare queens are black. And what did those white people do? What did they do? What did they do? They did what they know they always do. Blame the blacks. But anybody want to talk about this? This happened in my brother's Shelton State, Mississippi.
4 main players in this scandal that you need to know about. On the far left, is former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant. He was the man in charge of the state of Mississippi when all of this went down. Now, next to him is John Davis, the state's former welfare agency director. Then next is Nancy New. She was the head of a nonprofit in Mississippi that worked with the state welfare agency. And then next to her is, of course, Brett Favre, former NFL quarterback and Mississippi native. They're all caught up in an alleged welfare fraud scheme that, to the Mississippi State Auditor, says involved the misuse of more than $70 million, earmarked to go to the state's poorest. The money was instead used for all kinds of non-welfare related payouts, like to a retired pro wrestler, a horse farm, and yes.
And that retired pro wrestler was Ted DiBiase, just so y'all know.
Yep.
To Brett Favre. Keep in mind, this is the same state that's capital city couldn't even deliver clean drinking water for months to its residents. And it ranks as the poorest state in the country, with nearly 20% of its residents living in poverty. That state auditor's report found that Favre took more than $1 million for speeches he never gave. Favre has since paid back that money, but the state says he still owes more than $200,000 in interest. That same report shows $5 million in welfare funds were used to build a new volleyball stadium at Favre's alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi. His daughter just happens to have played volleyball at USM at that time. Favre and Bryant have denied knowing where the money was coming from, and neither has been charged with a crime, but Davis and New have. This spring, New and her son pleaded guilty to bribery and fraud charges and agreed to cooperate with prosecutors. Since then, an attorney representing New's nonprofit has handed over text messages from Favre that suggest to critics his further involvement in the welfare scheme. Favre allegedly writing in one text, "Nancy, Santa came today and dropped some money off." The messages don't indicate Favre knew exactly where the cash was coming from. Then just last week, Davis pled guilty to several.
This dude's 54 years old. That means he's 7 years older than me, but he looks like a
federal and state charges. In the plea, Davis also
my big brother is the same age as him. Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
Agreed to fully cooperate with prosecutors as they pursue the case further. Joining me now to help break it all down is AJ Perez. Let's get you caught.
Damn, ain't that a shame? At 54 years old, you look like that? God dang, Jesus Christ, bananas. Oh boy, Jesus Christ. Damn, y'all aging bad. That's what happened when you got evil in your heart. You age like fucking spoiled milk.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm 47 years old.
I'm 46.
Damn. And we look like this?
Right?
I want to go back to something you said. I don't want to go over people's heads. You said that we would be a lot more successful if it were not for some of the racists and bigots in this country. And you were talking about universal health care. I want everyone to understand what Trill Will is saying. Some of you are struggling right now to put your kids through college. Do you all understand that used to be free until black kids started going to college with white kids? Do you understand that the only reason why we don't have universal health care is because black people would benefit from it? Do you not understand that the only reason why some of your kids can go to school and some of them get the only meal that they eat that day from school is because of the Black Panther Party?
Yes.
Yep. WIC.
My God, today. My God, today.
WIC was started by the Black Panther Party.
My God, today. My God, today. You know how they try to minimize Project 2025? Y'all do know Venezuela was part of Project 2025, right? Y'all do know that, right? It's listed, I want to say, hold on, let me look and see how many times.
They've been trying to get to Venezuela for decades.
Yep. That's why
Trump
in 2002, Bush was sending money over into Maria, the lady that won the Nobel Peace. Yeah, Maria Machado. He was sending her money. So yeah.
Yeah, Hugo Chavez wasn't having it though.
No, he was not.
Hugo Chavez did not play.
He banned her from politics.
Yep.
Sure did. How many times was Venezuela mentioned in the Google and shit? Go ahead, bro.
Trump was talking about Venezuela in the first term. Before his first term started, he was talking about invading Venezuela to get the oil. There was no mention of drugs.
Nope.
At all. But we're surprised. Not we, but you know.
There y'all go. There y'all go right there. Yes, Project 2025 mentions Venezuela as a key focus of U.S. foreign policy in the Western Hemisphere, primarily advocating for a strong stance against Nicolas Maduro, the Nicolas Maduro regime, often in the context of re-hemisphering U.S. supply chains and national security. Oil.
Yep.
Oil. Y'all think they just started Project 2025 when Trump ran for president?
Say what?
Do they think they started Project 2025 when Trump ran for president?
They probably
do.
They do.
They've been doing Project 2025 50 years ago.
Yeah.
You brothers.
This is a culmination of fucking bullshit, sinister planning by a bunch of fucking racists in the Heritage Foundation.
Yeah. I put this information in AI because I remember watching a documentary a few years ago about the Confederacy.
Yep.
This fun fact came up. It says, listen up to the biggest in the chat. After the American Civil War, thousands of Confederates known as Confederados escaped to Brazil, primarily setting in the state of Sao Paulo, where they founded towns like Americana, drawn by Emperor Dom Pedro II, offer of cheap land and Brazil's continued legality of slavery, while smaller groups went to Mexico or Venezuela.
Yep.
Hey, but I'm going to show y'all something. What do y'all see when y'all see this picture? I don't see anything funny with this picture. Because Sean Diddy Combs has never sexually assaulted a child.
Ever.
But Trump has. Why ain't got no pictures of Trump with baby oil with the little girls that he molested? Why y'all ain't got no memes with him having little girls sit in his lap like he's Santa Claus? Why don't y'all ever talk about Jeffrey Epstein in the same context y'all talk about Diddy? Diddy's in prison right now because of prostitution.
Yeah.
Didn't Trump get caught sleeping with a fucking prostitute and lied about it and used campaign finances to cover it up? That's why he got those 24 charges on his ass now. Didn't Donald Trump and his son steal money from a cancer charity?
Don't they all?
Ain't that wild how they can go and they just plaster Sean Combs' name everywhere like he's like the biggest demon? Does that mean I think that Sean Combs is a great, honorable human being? Fuck no, it doesn't. But one thing
It's the hypocrisy.
Yes, it's the hypocrisy for me.
Oh yeah, I was distracted.
That's the reason why
miscarriage
I would never, ever be one of those ones sitting up here. Oh man, see man, Pup Daddy man, see Pup Daddy with the goal, man. Well, there's no Diddy, Will, no Trump, no Donald, no Donald, because I don't touch little girls. No Donald, because I'm not a pedophile.
So, question to my brother Freedom's March. I see Janet. Lifestyle for Janet. She said, I do not want universal health care. Do y'all really know how it works? You have to wait on receiving treatment, first come, first served. So I actually do understand because veteran medical insurance works the same way.
Same way.
But the point is, before that, a lot of veterans didn't have health care at all. No question to my brother Freedom's March. How would you answer Janet with that statement?
Well, the problem is not universal health care. The problem is the healthcare system. Right?
There you go.
It's the corporations.
There you go.
It's the corporations that run healthcare in this country. That's the problem. So when it comes to government controlling healthcare, you know I have a problem with that in general, but it's not because the government is controlling healthcare. It's because the oligarchy is going to control healthcare through the government, and all that those long waits that you guys talk about that she's mentioning, it's not because those who really want to help people get healthcare are doing the wrong thing. It's because the corporations are prioritizing. They're taking your taxes, and they're not putting the money that they're taking from your taxes fully into the healthcare system. They're giving it to big pharma. They're giving it to the corporations, and the corporations, they take their money off the top and they give you the crumbs. So this is how government programs work. Government programs recruit corporations, right? And the corporations are going to get their money before they give you anything. And by the time it gets to you, it ain't shit. You don't get nothing out of it. You get the crumbs. That's why you have those long wait times. That's why you don't have enough healthcare workers to provide for the, like if you look at Canada, they have those long wait periods because they don't put enough money. They take the money from the taxpayer, but it doesn't go straight to healthcare. It goes to the corporations. It goes to the private organizations, and they won't hire, right? They'll hire the minimum. They'll hire whatever is required, whatever Medicare requires, whatever Medi-Cal is going to require. They'll do the bare minimum, and that's the problem, right? So it's not, I don't have a problem with universal health care in and of itself. It's universal health care ran by the government that give it to that pass the money to the corporate cronies and take kickbacks. So that's how it works when these when the government run these programs. It's just corporatism again. It's all it is. So you know, yeah. If we're gonna have universal health care, we got to get big pharma out of it. We got to get these corporations out of it, right? And you got to find doctors and healthcare workers that are willing to step up and take over, but they don't want to do that. They want to, the corporations take over, and that's the problem. So
that's a fact.
Yeah.
Just think about how streamlined the healthcare system in America would be if we had universal healthcare. Think about it.
Yeah, actual universal healthcare. It would
think
be
about
much more streamlined.
Think about how how much healthier America would be without the threat of them profiting off death. Yeah. Because as right now, as it stands right now, the healthcare system in America is only here to treat. They're not here to cure shit.
It's the sick care system.
It's only here to treat, not to actually fix the problem. That's why your doctors, a lot of them are not getting classes in nutrition. They're not even supposed to be giving you nutritional or herbal advice because it is out of their scope of practice. I know this because I've been a trainer for 10 years. This scope of practice thing is something very serious. I have had people come to me and say, listen, hey coach, my A1C levels are high, got hypertension, all these issues. And I say, well, what is your doctor saying? I have started training people, get their A1C levels down, and their doctors try to tell them to go against what's working for their body. People who have almost been on the verge of having stroke. So if the healthcare system is supposed to work and heal, see, some of you haven't been sick yet. You haven't been in the hospital yet and seen what I'm talking about to say, okay, I know. But let me give you an example. Some of you soldiers. I hurt my back in the military. I did too. I was at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri when I hurt my back. And I needed an MRI, brothers. I needed an MRI. They had to, if I would have stayed in St. Roberts, it would have been 3 weeks. Y'all hear me?
Right.
3 weeks before I got an MRI done. They flew me down to Atlanta. The Atlanta VA was able to give me an MRI that week. The difference is that trickle down effect, the crumbs that Freedom March was just speaking of. You have one group delegating it not so well in Missouri. You got another group down in Atlanta actually delegating those funds the way they are supposed to. So you have more nurses. You have more MRI offices. But the reason when they say that the universal health care isn't so much the issue, but the greed and the people that want to take their money off the top first, they're the issue. That's why if you ever serve and you see someone get their wisdom teeth pulled and everyone complaining at the horrible job those dentists are doing, those dentists, the company that is hired, are hired from the crumbs that everybody done already got their money off the top, and they say, and they give this money to our commanders. They say, all right, here's this little crumb that you all can use to hire the best person to come take the dentist, the teeth out of your soldiers' mouths. So if we take Big Pharma out of it, the good thing about it is your prescriptions aren't going to be anything. Your prescriptions, most of them will be free if you have the universal health care. But as long as Big Pharma is in it, as long as these greedy parasites are in it, it's always going to be an issue. But the message that I'm making, whether you agree with universal health care or not, is the only reason why we don't have these things, just like free tuition, is because of some of these bigots who are elites in power who don't want you to have it. That's why a lot of these charter schools, a lot of these private schools didn't pop up till when? Integration.
Yes. Hey, think about it.
Facts.
Prescription drugs would go down, and because you don't have to worry about coming out of pocket with any expenses. So just the savings on prescription drugs alone is going to make universal health care worthwhile anyway. Meanwhile, you don't have pharmaceutical lobbyists. You don't have big pharma and government no more. You don't have none of this stuff. You're taking the teeth out of the bullshit that controls government now. So the overall benefit to having universal health care supersedes any kind of negative connotation you may have about it.
They're still going to be in it. Big Pharma will still be in there. They're just going to be. They're going to see. That's the problem, man. It's too entrenched.
Get too much money out. There's too much money in politics.
Too much money. Exactly. It's too much money in politics, and that money is not invested into the people. It's invested into the corporations and the elite class. That's who gets benefits.
That's why you gotta bring back the tax code before Reagan. You got to make the rich pay they, because the damn rich is going to take care of all that shit. Infrastructure, school, daycare, healthcare, all that shit could be paid for by all these billionaires that got all this fucking money, dog.
And it wouldn't hurt them. It wouldn't hurt their pockets.
It wouldn't. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to tax them that much.
Not even.
Right. You remove the burden from the middle class, bring back the middle class. Middle class is still going to do the middle class thing. And then, you know what I mean? Shit, you got to remove Citizens United from politics. You got to remove all these damn guardrails and all this shit away from politics, and then bang, you're right back in where you need to be. Middle class is going to be good. You remove all the tax burden from the middle class and poverty-stricken people in communities, mainly black folks, because they systemically did the shit anyway. And you tax the rich. The rich can refill the fucking slush fund known as Social Security for generations upon generations to come. And these people are so greedy and stupid, they don't even see the road. They don't see the road for the trees. But people are so uninformed. That's the reason why I have a platform. Because American citizens, unfortunately, are uninformed about all this. That's the reason why I got my brothers on here. Because we know a lot. I don't know everything. I never claim to know everything, but I know enough. I know enough to, and I got enough wherewithal to make sure that I educate the ones who listen to me. Because if you see this picture that I got posted up here, the reason why they invaded Venezuela is right there in your face, right there. They invaded Venezuela for Exxon.
Yes.
In control of the international trade by creating leverage for the dollar, re-strengthening the petrol dollar. That's the whole reason behind it.
Absolutely.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Absolutely. Because BRICS put a big old dent in their game, didn't they?
Yes, it did.
Oh, yeah.
They're scared of it. They terrified of it.
When Saudi Arabia said, okay, you ain't got to use the petrodollar. Oh, yeah, they knew they had to do something.
Facts.
It's the game they play, man.
Mm-hmm. Facts. That's the play. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody is paying attention. Everybody is focused on the bluster and the blister and all that other goofy shit. They focus on that shit. They're hyper focused on it. What they're not paying attention to is the pattern.
Oh, girl.
The pattern is the same thing. The pattern is the same thing. It's been the same thing for generations before us, and it's the same thing now.
That's right, brother.
Same thing. So again, go ahead, bro.
Well, brothers, I have to get off and work on this pound for pound list that I'm going to be doing tomorrow.
I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be watching while I'm at work.
All right, so I'm going to see you brothers tomorrow. I appreciate you, Trill Will, having me up. Salute to my brother Freedom's March.
Salute, bro.
Everybody in the chat. Salute to my brother Shelton.
Salute.
Wow.
Salute to my brother, man. Salute, King.
I appreciate y'all. I'm about to get off of this thing, too.
Oh, man, y'all go enjoy y'all day, man. I'm about to get off it myself. I'm about to unwind myself.
Before I go, I'll say this.
Uh-huh.
I will get behind universal health care when they get all this crap that they call food off the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Then I know they're serious. That's a good place to start.
There you go.
The industrial seed oils, the sugar stuff, all that crap. Then I'll say I know they're serious. But salute to my brother. Salute to y'all. I appreciate you for having me up, even though I was out and about today.
You're enjoying yourself, bro. Have fun. Enjoy your day, bro.
All right, you too, brother.
I even appreciate you thinking enough for me to join the panel, bro. I salute you and Coach.
And I appreciate you for thinking of me to have me up there, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Hey, it's more.
We're gonna get back. We're gonna get back on it.
The marathon continues, dog.
Absolutely.
Salute to you, bro.
Salute. Peace.
One more last thing I got for y'all, and then I'm gone. Donald Trump said Maduro was a brutal ruler. That's true. He's a dictator. So is Putin. So is Bolsonaro. So is Juan Orlando Hernandez. So is Nayib Bukele. So is MBS, who Donald Trump hosted in the fucking White House, who's the leader of the Taliban. Trump don't give a fuck about fucking illegitimacy and none of that shit. He don't care about that. He does not care. Donald Trump wants to get his hand in the pot so he can make some money off of it. That's the only reason why he cares. That is the only reason why this bastard cares, period. The only reason. That is all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Shout out to everybody in the super chat. Everybody who done smashed the like button. Everybody who done shared their ideas in the chat, man. Salute to every last one of y'all. We ain't all gotta agree. We don't. That's what make it beautiful. Fuck Donald Trump and everybody who voted for him, though. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful Sunday. We'll see y'all again. Peace.